You're watching the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Now it's time for the Brent and Austen Show.
Happy Wednesday. Just on the verge of the Masters, a tradition like no other. So they tell me. Jason Hamby pushing all the right buttons. Brent Martineau in Augusta or on his way to Augusta, Hamby?
On his way.
On his way to Augusta. Will be there. Might be checking in. Hey, to be determined. You know what I'm saying? TBD. Seems to be a big buzzword right now in the emails is TBD. But regardless, we move. We'll carry on. Ham, you excited for the Masters?
Yeah, I'll be checking in.
When you say check in, like, are you going to have it on the background? You going to be, like, in front of the TV watching it? How you feeling?
It's probably going to be a background Thursday, Friday. Try to carve out a little bit of time on Saturday, then locked in Sunday.
Gotcha. Would you ever be, like... Would you ever have the motivation to want to go check out the Masters? Because I think that would be cool. Like, I've been a player. I mean, listen, you know how I feel about golf, right? Just not for me. You know, I'll talk about it if we have to on the show. But in terms of playing
I'm starting to get the itch a little bit off.
Oh, you're getting older. You're getting older, Hamby.
I'm starting to get the itch to play.
Really?
Yeah, and I've tried to avoid that for a long time.
Well, okay, let me ask you this first. Like, what is it to you with golf? Like, you don't want to do it. I'm confused.
It's not that I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
It's that it takes a lot of time to get good.
Correct.
And that's time that I don't have.
Sure.
So I really have tried to avoid pretty much playing at all because I'm like, I don't want to go out there once, twice a year
and embarrass yourself.
Well, and just like if I'm going to play something, I want to get good.
Of course.
And I'm not going to just go out there and I mean, it's not fun to suck. So it's just not.
And that goes for anything in life.
Right. So I'm like, I almost want to avoid it because I know that once I start playing. So I played like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I've pretty much been playing.
Look at you.
I've been playing pretty much at a constant clip of once a year over the last 3 years on bachelor parties.
Gotcha.
Or bachelor whatever trip.
That's literally the only time that I actually play too as well.
Right. Mm-hmm. So I'll go Top Golf once or twice a year and then a full round in a scramble on a bachelor trip. And for never playing, I'm decent. Like I contribute to the scramble. Not just putts. Quote of the day. I don't even know what I already said. Oh, it's not fun to suck. It's true.
Yeah. Make that a t-shirt.
No problem. So, yeah. Anyways, but I played 3 weeks ago, and I'm like, I was driving yesterday, and I was like, it would be nice to kind of just go out and play right now. And I was like, I don't know if I've ever thought that in my life. So, I don't really have the time. Plus, I'm about to get married, so I'll probably have even less time.
Or maybe some more time if she wants you out of the house. Am I right?
I know,
guys.
But that's what coaching
gentlemen?
is. That's what coaching is.
I got you.
So between that and adult flag football, I don't really have time to add another sport in there.
I mean, speaking of sucking, are we still pursuing those dreams and playing football? I thought we were off that.
We finished, if you include the playoffs, we finished 8-8. And
That's not bad, Hamby. That's not bad then.
So
the way you made it sound like the first couple weeks is like
we got work the first.
You guys are going to have like a 2-win season is what it sounded like.
We knew that a lot of adjustments needed to be made.
Yeah.
For a team that had never assembled before.
Yep.
Against teams that they told us had been out there for 10 years.
Yeah.
And had gotten it down. So once we kind of got it down. I mean, back stretch of the season, we had a winning record. So whether we play again next year, I don't know. But if we do, I certainly don't have time to be out there wasting time and money on golf. I just don't. So
yeah, it's funny you brought up playing football. Hey, all I'm saying is if you need a wide receiver, my son's available.
I thought you were going to say.
No, I don't look at. Nah,
dude,
man.
Just come out for the red zone and
I
run
ain't
a couple
trying to sprint.
fades.
I ain't trying to sprint,
That's
bro.
fine.
But I'm saying we can work out some kind of NIL deal with my son if you'd like, and he can offer his services.
Dude, why don't you come out?
He had a touchdown last game.
Why don't you come out?
Yeah.
And you only play when we're 10 and in.
No,
And
because
you just jog 5 steps,
Yep.
and I throw the ball up, and you catch it.
no, see, because here's the problem with that, Hamby.
You're not going to want to just do that?
Well, I mean, I'm a lot like you, right? I don't want to suck at anything, so I'm not just gonna do one thing. I'm gonna try to win the championship for you guys. Right. And if we don't win the championship, I'm gonna be pretty upset with not only myself but your team members as well, who I have no idea who they are, right? Sure. So now I'm getting mad at strangers,
right?
And
it wouldn't be strangers because you're gonna meet them in about 6 weeks.
Oh, in the wedding?
Yeah.
Oh, let's go. getting a little team camaraderie going on. No, man, my biggest issue. And this was the issue that I kind of encountered a little bit when I was even playing. I feel like I'm going to be out there, and it's going to be, all right, former NFL player, and everyone's going to expect me to put up 5 touchdowns, have 3 interceptions, even though I'm a defensive end, right? Or outside linebacker, depending on how you look at it. I don't want that kind of pressure. Okay. I already have enough pressure in my life with fighting. I don't want the pressure of Austen Lane shows up to my team and now I expect him to ball out. It's the same thing when I used to play, when I played in the league in Jacksonville, and every once in a while I'd frequent the beach bars, frequent being the key word, and someone would come up to me like, "Hey man, how much do you bench?" Random question. I go, "I don't know, man. I haven't done a one rep max in a while. Why?" And they're like, "Just how much do you bench?" If you were to guess, I don't know, probably 380, 390, right? I have these long, Trent bulky, long arms. This wingspan is long. It's hard to get the bar off the chest. And then the guy would always go, interesting. And he would walk away. And now you hear that, it's okay, what's the big deal? But I knew exactly what he was thinking. When he went, interesting, it means, oh, I can bench more than Austen Lane. I can bench more than an NFL player. I can bench more, than a 5th round pick in the draft. Let me go home and tell my girlfriend this because she's going to be super impressed with me. That's what always went through my mind. So, there's always the expectations of whether you're a current NFL player or a former NFL player, you got to bench a certain amount. You got to put up 3 touchdowns in a flag football game. I don't want the pressure, Hamby.
Okay. All right.
But once again, my son, his services are available.
How's he been playing? You say he scored a touchdown?
He scored a touchdown. Yeah, we kind of we had a little bit of an incident. So games on Sunday. By the way,
why are we playing an NFL schedule?
I don't know. I'm sorry. No. Games on Saturday, but the event took place on. Okay, so games on Saturday, and I had to give a little incentive, hey, if you score a touchdown, and by the way,
Austin, we don't need the incentive.
We need incentives.
Why?
It makes it a little more fun, and it's not like an incentive. I'm going to give you $20 if you score.
Well, I get it.
He scores regardless, but I thought I'd make it a little more fun.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm like, hey man, I'll make a deal with you because it was the Blues Fest in town at the beach, right?
Right.
So I told him all right, if you score a touchdown in this up and coming game, I will go on a ride with you because Dad doesn't like rides anymore. For whatever reason, Dad's out of his prime, whether it's roller coasters, whether it's just the drops, or whether it's a Ferris wheel.
Yep, I remember.
Dad just can't do it anymore. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm out of my prime, and I'll be the first one to admit it. So my son goes, bet. All right, it's a deal. So if he scores a touchdown, I have to go on some kind of ride. Mm-hmm. Well, lo and behold, a nice little 5-out in pattern in the end zone. Really great catch, by the way. Great catch. Kind of did one of these things when he scored. I'm not really sure.
Tebow?
No, but he didn't go down though. He's just kind of and then
Okay, like a Roman statue.
Kind of like a Roman statue.
Okay.
I asked him what that was about. He goes, I don't know. I just felt like doing it. I'm like, okay, whatever, man. More power to you. Nevertheless, Ronan scores. Dad's got to go on a ride. So now it's Sunday, right? And he's got his pick. What are we doing? Thankfully, at this blues festival, wasn't a lot of options to pick from, but there was a giant Ferris wheel. Okay. And now, do you ever feel like sometimes the universe kind of conspires maybe against you a little bit? Mm-hmm. So here's what went into that. Before we left, there was we're watching it was on YouTube. It was a tribute to Kobe Bryant, a highlight thing. My son he's a Kobe Bryant fan. So we're watching that, and I had to my son asked, hey, what happened to Kobe Bryant? I'm like, it was the helicopter thing, and it was really bad. I remember where I was. I was actually covering the Super Bowl in Miami when that happened and everything. So kind of told him about that. Okay, fine. Fast forward. Now we are at the festival, and we're getting ready to go on this Ferris wheel. I'm a little stressed It's a little high. Don't have a fear of heights, but have a fear of Ferris wheels ran by people who, let's call them like it is, carnies, okay? I said it. So I'm a little nervous. Well, we get ready to get on, and it's a purple, which happens to be my son's favorite color. It's a purple seat, like whatever you call it, like a bucket that we get in.
Okay. And
what number's on it? Number 8 for Kobe Bryant. So now I'm like, man. So now I'm feeling uneasy. I don't know why I'm feeling uneasy about it, but I'm just feeling a little uneasy about it. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
I'm like, man. If something happens,
that was the albatross.
This was the universe trying to say, hey, maybe just
keep your feet on the ground.
Maybe just keep your feet on the ground. Maybe just go with your son in the bounce house and, bounce some kids up and down for 10 minutes and call it a day. Maybe just go get your face painted. But nope, we're going on the Ferris wheel. So, purple number 8 for Kobe Bryant. We get on and I'm like, okay, a little stressed. But then it starts making noises. Now, no, but Hammy, here's the cool thing. This is what happens when you grow up in central Wisconsin in the middle of nowhere when these run-of-the-muck fairs come to town with the run-of-the-muck equipment. I've been ingrained in these sounds, okay? I'm like Bane. You embrace the darkness. I was born in the darkness. I was born with creaky sounds on fair rides. This was nothing new to me. This is something new to my son because we aren't in Disney anymore, right? This is Jack's Beach, all right? Carney style, all right? So he starts getting a little nervous in terms of the creaks and the cracks and everything. And Dad all of a sudden is playing the hero where it's like, it's just another Sunday, man. Okay. So when it was all said and done, my son was more nervous than Dad was, and that's a dub for Dad.
That's a dub in the chat.
Dub for the chat, man. So there you go.
So how long did this ride last?
Honestly, if you ask my son, an eternity. If you ask me, I think it might have lasted 3 or 4 minutes, which, by the way, didn't really get my money's worth, but it is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. And yes, we did stop at the very top, right? We got to see the skyline of the beach and everything in the pier. That was cool. But yeah, needless to say, it's a Ferris wheel, so I'm not worried about getting jolted around and everything. It was more of just do I trust it? But then once I started hearing the creaks and the cracks and everything, and I'm like, I was raised in this.
Right.
Yes. I may have been born on one. I don't know. No, I'm kidding. I was born in Chicago, Evanston. But no, I grew up with that, so that was fun. But hey, my son's got a lot to learn, I guess.
All right. So you said Bane, and that reminded me. Monday morning, I came across a story that I produced for the morning show. That was, that's the thing that I do when y'all accuse me of playing hooky.
Yeah, and when you say that the produced the morning show, you mean on the TV side of things?
That's correct.
Right? Okay, yeah.
Where a golfer, and here it is right here. Okay, so this is a Korn Ferry golfer. Korn Ferry Tour. That's the minor leagues of golf.
Yep.
Where all the up-and-comers come from.
Yep.
What do you notice here, Austen?
Dude is rocking the hostage tape when he's playing golf.
Okay, so this is not the morning routine. This is, I'm pissed.
Pause it. Go. Pause it. Go back, please. What? Pause it. Hey, man. What'd you expect, though? Oh, I'm sorry. Was it a bad shot? Could it be possibly because you taped your mouth shut? What are we doing, Hamby?
He was so pissed that he was pretty much tired of cursing everything.
Is this what he said? Or are we just going with the flow here?
Hold on. Let me pull this sound for you.
And for those of you that don't know, so supposedly, and I think there's some benefits to this hostage tape. You put it around your mouth at night, and if you have a snoring problem, it kind of teaches you to breathe through your nose when you're sleeping, right? Mm-hmm. So, us as human beings, for optimization, they say that you're supposed to do nasal breathing.
Good word.
Thank you very much. As opposed to breathing through your mouth, right? So, for instance, I'm a fighter, right? So when I throw a punch, I got to practice diaphragmatic breathing because I have a giant mouth guard in.
What kind of breathing?
Diaphragmatic.
Okay.
So you have to breathe through your diaphragm. Oh, we're getting deep today, Hamby.
You're doing well.
We're getting real deep today. Human optimization, diaphragmatic breathing.
Earning money.
I got it. Call me Joe Rogan. But no, so the whole thing of the hostage tape is that it teaches you to breathe through your nose. Now, I don't use hostage tape because beard, right? Can't really do it because of the beard. But I do a bunch of nasal breathing exercises before bed. It takes about 10 minutes, and it optimizes my sleep.
Okay.
I guess this gentleman thought, hey, let's just, not even worry about the sleep thing. Let's just utilize my entire day with it and put some tape over my mouth.
Pretty angry and mad, so I figured I've tried a lot of things, and I just figured I'd shut myself up, so I put tape over my mouth. I felt like Bane, like Batman, just like muzzle myself. I mean, I'm not like proud, but I don't want to create an experience for my playing partners that's not, fair.
First of all,
what a segue, Hamby. Way to catch that when I said Bane and you go right to that.
Well, first of all,
Hamby's on his A game, ladies and gentlemen.
Bane could talk. It's not like Bane had a muzzle when he was mute.
It's a good point. It's a really good point.
And that's a whole... you just put like a piece of Scotch tape, which, first of all, where'd you get it?
Sure.
Why is that in the golf bag?
Sure.
But yeah, he pretty much said he has tried everything. He's read the books. He's gone to the sports psychologists. And he can't play a round of golf when he's not playing well and keep his cool.
Sure.
So his last alternative was this. This was in Savannah, Georgia.
Taping his mouth shut.
Mm-hmm. Taped his mouth shut.
Hey, not a real sport then, huh? If we have to do this, if we're saying, oh, I just can't control myself, I might say something I regret. Let me go and tape my mouth shut, and it's allowed in the sport. Not a real sport. Sorry.
So here's my question. First of all.
Competitive stick ball. That's what we're going to call it. Competitive swing stick ball.
Hoopla.
All right, what do you got?
Is that going to be allowed at the Masters if this guy were to make the PGA Tour the next couple years?
If he wins it?
Obviously, he's not eligible this year, or I don't know if he's even could be, depending on how he does this over this next year, next Masters.
Yeah.
Say in a couple years, he's on the PGA Tour. He gets a shot to play the Masters, and he's shooting 10 over.
Yeah.
Are we going to see tape over the mouth?
Dude, wasn't there a thing with gum back in the day? With golfers, like there was some kind of gum that they were chewing.
Really?
And it was supposed to help with their focus, and I feel like everybody was doing it for a little bit. I can't remember. Yeah, I can't. Brent, I mean, this is a great time to have Brent on the show. But I feel like there was some kind of trend where it was like everyone was chewing gum for a bit. And I can't remember if it was CBD gum. I don't know.
No way.
But,
no way.
Yeah, okay, Hamby, first of all, CBD is not
I know
psychoactive. Okay,
I get it.
Okay, because you sound like an 80-year-old grandpa. CBD. Not in my golf tournament. Not the way I used to do it.
If they can't even say back nine during the Masters, they ain't chewing CBD gum.
Okay, I'm pretty sure it was CBD gum, but you're acting like back when I served in Korea, we didn't have CBD gum. All we had was a can of baked beans. Like, dude, just relax a little bit. And Marlboros. But man, trust me, if this dude somehow wins or puts on a great performance, yeah, I bet you'll see more people doing it. This actually, and listen, we'll go get the sports
Brent
in a
texted me, yes, it was CBD gum.
Told you, hey,
what in the world?
Does Austen Lane have his finger on the pulse of golf or what? CBD gum. I'm not sure that's still a thing or not, but yeah, it was said that when you chew gum, it helps you focus, and then you get a little CBD benefit, Hamby, which once again, not psychoactive. It's not THC. No one's failing drug tests. Okay, maybe you get a little bump in terms of the recovery and everything and inflammation, but that's about it. Relax. Gonna be okay. I bet some of your baseball players could use it.
Okay.
But I was going to, and listen, we'll get to sports I say sports, we're talking about golf, but we'll get to other sports in a second here. We got the Mel Kiper new mock draft fresh off the press, rounds 1 through 2. Round 1, not as surprising if you're a Jaguars fan. Round 2, though, maybe a little intriguing. We'll break that down a little bit here, but I want to ask you this, Hamby.
I have one last question on this
Please.
guy. Do you give him credit for self-awareness?
Yeah.
Because the real reason he's doing it is because pretty much he said the last part that you heard, he was like, I don't want to make it unfair for my playing partners. Pretty much meaning going on tangents and meltdowns.
Yep, sure.
So much where it's annoying for the guy he's playing with and it's a distraction.
Yeah, very cool. How about you just fire your therapist and get a new one?
Okay.
How does that sound?
So we're all set.
Don't have to tape your mouth shut.
Okay.
I think. I mean, if you really got to go out there and tape your mouth shut solely for the fact that you're afraid you're going to cuss when you miss a good shot or something like that, I don't know, man. Maybe golf's not for you, or do we just embrace it and be like, hey, man, Happy Gilmore style. Let it fly.
I mean,
I'll cheer for you.
Here's my suggestion. Lower the expectations a tad.
Oh, for this guy.
I mean,
Hey, the guy's trying to win.
I get it, but if you're always mad, I got a buddy who I play with. It sucks to play with them. Again, once a year.
Yeah.
And every shot that he misses, I'm like, dude, hey, you're not very good.
Sure.
Quit expecting yourself to stripe one down the middle every time.
Yeah.
Not that hard.
Do you know, you ever watch Star Wars?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So if this is me, and I'm his therapist, and once again, hey, this tip's on the house.
Okay.
I'm not even going to tell you, like, hey, I guess, we're trying all these exercises. It's not working. You're still losing your cool and everything. Oh, yeah, you got to tape your mouth shut. You know what I'm telling him? I'm going Papa Palpatine. I'm going, hey, embrace the dark side, man. Hey.
I don't know if I've ever heard that.
Papa Palpatine?
Papa.
You know about Papa Palpatine?
I know who he
Yeah,
is.
man, Papa
I don't know he
Palpatine.
was freaking Pop Papaw.
No, Papa Palpatine, man. That's my dude right there. That dude was like the Sith master.
Oh, yeah.
But hey, here's what I'm going. I'm going, hey, instead of like trying to counter it and try to fight it with tape over your mouth and all these exercises, embrace the dark side, man. Embrace the foul language. Because number one, ratings. Boop. Just ask Charlie Hall what happened when she started smoking on the golf course. First time maybe in history that we talked about women's golf on this show. You know why? Because a female had a cigarette in her mouth when she was golfing.
Oh, she was smoking a heater on the course?
Smoking a heater. Now, I guess she quit, or she changed the patches.
Oh.
Last time we talked about it on this show. But anyways, my point is, hey, embrace who you are, man. If you're one of those dudes that loses his cool and wants to cuss, it's the Corn Fairy. You got corn in the name. Is corn spelled Korn?
Yes, after the band.
Then there you go.
Like Brian Welsh is a big fan.
Okay, so then if this is the case, then what would Korn do? And not like the Korn that I feel like they're kind of like Christian rock now more than anything. But I'm saying the old school new metal Korn.
Freak on a Leash.
Hey,
by the way,
hey, be a freak on a leash.
Every UFC intro of all time.
Yeah.
That song.
Oh yeah.
Every song.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
Okay, man. We good?
We're
Oh
good.
no, I had one more thing before you had your thing.
Oh yeah.
Because it's kind of led me to the tape over the mouth.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yep.
Hamby, you're in the world of baseball, which I feel like superstitions and players being in their head might be at an all-time high in terms of the sport.
Yeah.
Do you recall anything from a player yourself, or just what you've heard, what you've seen, where players will try something to maybe get out of a slump, but like something crazy?
I mean, Derek Jeter was just talking about like last week that if he was ever in a slump, he had to wear a thong, and that was because of Jason at the suggestion of Jason Giambi.
Okay.
A guy I played with literally from T-ball to at least high school through graduation, and he played college ball. I don't know if he continued this. From T-ball to graduation, he wore bright yellow socks every game. And hey, needless to say,
It worked?
I mean, good ball player, played college baseball.
I mean, I feel like if you got to wear bright yellow socks, you're going to stand out. You better be good.
Needless to say, the colors of the team were not yellow. We're talking blue and white, or at one point maroon and black.
How did he get away with that? Because he was that good, huh?
I mean, he was just that.
He was that
just
good?
that guy.
He was that good?
He was just that guy.
Interesting.
There's some. I mean, it doesn't take you long to go back to like Wade Boggs superstitions, and you'll get some crazy ones.
Yeah. Oh,
back
yeah.
in those days.
Yeah.
Other guys would just shoot up with a little with little steroids before every.
Shoot up with a little human optimization, if you will.
That's right. They didn't need the breathing optimization.
Nah, man.
They
You
needed
just,
that steroid
a little human optimization going at you. No, I mean, like, I'm trying to think back to, like, the locker rooms that I was in and kind of, like, because, like, football, I don't know, man. Football players are kind of weird, too, as well, I would say, because you almost treated it like, at least I did. I feel like a lot of guys in that locker room did. you almost treated it like, all right, we're getting ready to go to war, right? So like we have to get like super pumped up and we got to like, let's do this. And I remember like for mine, like mine wasn't that crazy. Like I would literally just like look in the mirror with my eye black. And by the way, sorry, Tom Brady, we're not using a permanent marker. We're not using the fake ones. You got to use the real grease, you know, like the real, you know.
The fake is I've never understood.
Oh no, man, go ahead and give me that car engine oil grease or whatever it is, and just boom. So yeah, so I would literally stand in the mirror. I would play Jay-Z "Run This Town Tonight" with featuring Rihanna, of course. And I would just kind of vibe out to it, and then like literally like not blink and just, you know, put the eye black on and get ready to go.
Were you ever a smelling salts guy?
I think the statute of limitations has reached its point. Yeah, Hamby. So here's what they used to do with the smelling salts.
Have you told the story before?
I'm sure I have, but I mean it's been a while. You ever do smelling salts?
I want to try them,
dude. Okay, so looking back on it, I would Google this because I feel like when you ingrain yourself with it and you really get in there and take a big whiff,
it's gonna come off.
I don't know if you're killing brain cells or not. All right, because like there's like do you know when you sneeze and like that split second after a sneeze, you kind of get like, I don't want to say you feel high, but you just kind of feel like ugh, you know?
Sure.
You know, like I'm saying one of those giant sneezes, like one of those real good sneezes. Okay. And maybe it kind of goes everywhere. You try to cover your mouth, but you can't get it in time and boom. And like that split second after it, it's like, whoa. And then it's back to reality. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got
it. Okay. So take that and amplify that by like 100.
Okay.
And that's what a smelling salt does.
It's that hitter.
But it's that hitter. But here's the thing. Obviously one smelling salt, just hey. Not for the conditioned Hamby. So what the athletic trainers would do, I'm not going to name him by name, Rod. So what Rod would do is he would take like 10 smelling salts and put it like in one of those small, so remember like the baby Gatorades that they used to have?
Oh yeah.
He'd put it in a small baby Gatorade container, put 10 of them in there and then seal it. So then before kickoff,
this is marinade.
We'd all come find our supplier, if you will, and Rod would be like, hey, Rod, let me get a hit. And then he would open it up, and dude, you had 10 of them in the bottle. Put your nostrils there, and boom. I don't care, like, Hamby, you want to talk about you feeling tired sometimes because you're going on 2 hours of sleep?
Yeah, I feel like I should make a use of
Hamby, you do one of these hitters with the 10 smelling salts in the bottle, you won't sleep for 2 weeks. You'll be amped. You'll see work productivity like you've never seen before. Hamby, you'll be working in ESPN in no time.
Oh, I don't know.
If you start popping that.
I don't know if I want to go up there.
I'm just saying,
even
man.
Stephen A's leaving for politics.
I know, that's a good point. But yeah, so that was smelling salts are definitely a thing. That's what we got to do. We have to get the lie detector test on the show because we had Paul Dozier talk about that.
My man.
And we need to get smelling. I'm sure they got them on Amazon, right?
I have to. They have to be easily accessible.
All right, cool. Well, we'll do some research during the break here. If we can find some smelling salts, we'll get those ordered, express delivery, prime delivery, and hopefully have those here by the end of the week. And we'll let Hamby ride the smelling salt train, if you will. Look at the caddy, but go back one more time. Sorry, Hamby, I know I'm making your job. Okay, pause it. Oh, you can't pause it. Okay. See, this is the difference between the Korn Freak on a Leash tour and the Masters. I guarantee that caddy with that hair and that hoodie is not getting into the Masters. All right? This is why it's the Korn Freak on a Leash tour. There are no rules. More on the Brent and Austen show next.
When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at nimnickbuickgmc.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, your family, down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy respect, fairness. The most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnicht. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnicht. GMC, we are professional grade.
2024 provided plenty of memorable moments for the Jacksonville Armada on the pitch, including another conference championship game appearance for Tommy Krasanovich's under-23 men's team. Debuting this year for the first time, the girls in blue, as the Armada fielded a women's under-23 side in the WPSL and made its presence known with some highlight moments.
Potential goal of the season!
Then attention turned to the future, with MLS Next teams representing the Armada badge in 3 age divisions this fall, including an under-19 squad ranking among the best in the state. Those teams are a big focus on Fleet and Footy, covering the big soccer stories each week on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
I've been telling you about CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing for a long time now. Their drinking water systems remove up to 99% of contaminants. We've had a Connecticut water softener and drinking water system in our home for more than 7 years. You can see the difference whether you're washing clothes, the dishes, or what I like to do most, fill this up for some coffee every morning, and mostly all day. Remember, if you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter. Right now, you can get a free Connecticut reverse osmosis system with a purchase of a Connecticut Premier Softener. The experts at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing will test your water for free and determine your water score. Don't know your water score? CGC will find out and recommend the appropriate Connecticut water treatment solutions so you can improve it. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. Ask about our 90-day love it or leave it guarantee. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around, and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast on your team.
When it comes to trucks, I know exactly what I want. And at Bozard Ford, they make it easy to get exactly that. Let's go make this truck a little more my style. With Bozard Built, I can create my perfect truck right here. Lift kit? Check. Premium wheels? You bet. Advanced lighting package? Oh yeah. The Bozard team works their magic. From bumper to tailgate, I'm making this truck mine. It's everything that I wanted and more. From the field to the gym to weekend adventures. This truck's built for my journey. Bozard Built. Customized for your lifestyle, built to exceed your expectations. Check out the inventory and available options at bozardbuilt.com. Unleash your dream ride. Customized, covered, and Bozard approved.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
The Jacksonville Jaguars are back at HQ at the Miller Electric Center. Sent us this video. We got a little melt of all the players. That's our star player right there. That's Logan Cook. Let's go, baby. So the Jags are back, as I said, and
Someone didn't get.
Did somebody get locked out there?
Someone not get in?
Who is that?
Who's getting caught?
No.
It's the first day. All right, here we go. Play it cool. We're good.
It was Gabe.
Jeez.
Goodness gracious.
Of all the, yeah, okay.
There's Trevor right behind him.
Trevor walking in.
Let's go. Okay. All right. I wanted to show you this one. Look at these. Oh, yeah.
Brian Thomas, is that BTJ?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That's a nice hair right there.
Oh, yeah. That's
Took some time.
Dang. Yeah, just got those locks retwisted.
And we got one more. Our man.
Rocking the Led Zeppelin shirt.
I mean, is there anything better?
Would you expect anything else? The U.S. tour. That might be an Old Navy special right there. I might have seen that. Because you know me, man. I'm a big Old Navy guy.
Yeah.
Only reason is, well, a couple reasons. Number one, cost. But number two, they actually have my sizes. Because, you know, I'm more of like an XLT kind of guy.
Okay.
And it's hard to get the XLT sizes.
No problem.
Yeah, man.
We're going to hear from Liam Cohen later today. We'll also hear from Trevor Lawrence.
Nice.
So expect that that will not be during the show.
Oh.
That's right after the show.
Awesome.
But we'll have that for you on Action Sports Jacks tonight.
Okay.
And we'll have that for you tomorrow as well. We'll be working through that. So Liam Cohen will talk ahead of the draft. We'll hear from Trevor for the first time in a good while. But Austin, now that we're about 2.5, 3 weeks from the draft,
it is upon us.
This coming from Mel Kiper Jr. My dad put out another mock. I believe this is his fourth.
Wait, your dad does a lot of mock drafts? Oh, no, I got you. Okay, your dad is in Mel Kiper. My bad, man. My bad. Okay, we're back. Sorry. I was trying to retweet this show. I don't know how Brent does it. I don't know how Brent goes on Twitter and tries to have a conversation at the same time. It's impossible.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty tough.
But go ahead.
He's got it down to a science. Mel Kiper Jr., the legit one, put out his fourth mock draft. This is a 2-rounder.
Correct.
And we're going to go through it.
Yeah, go through a little bit to see any surprises. Pick number 1, no surprise here, is Cam Ward.
Yep.
He's got going to Tennessee. And by the way, don't you get the sense that all these quote-unquote draft experts, like, they always start out with, like, some kind of shocking mock draft. It's like, whoa, I couldn't see, you know, and then I feel like the closer that you get to the actual draft, the more accurate it starts to be. Right? Like, you just can't post the same mock draft 4 weeks in a row and expect people to feel a certain type of way about it. Like, you got to keep it interesting. So here we go. We got Cam Ward at number 1. Mm-hmm. First surprise to me is at number 2 with Cleveland. Travis Hunter. How you feel about that?
I mean, I don't...
Over Abdul Carter, who's arguably could be by far the best pick of the draft, or the most talented pick of the draft.
I mean, that could be Mel Kiper's version of trying to hit a surprise.
Sure.
I don't think you can go wrong with either one, but, I mean, if you're going to make an argument, you know, that you already have Myles Garrett, and you're contributing a ton of money there, $40 million, right?
Sure.
So you're going to go try to get another playmaker, because who do they really have at receiver right now?
David Njoku, who's a tight end.
I mean, he might go for 150 against the Jags.
Yeah.
Most ball clubs.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
I mean, he's a good player, but...
Yeah, I mean, I guess we look at Cleveland, and who's their quarterback right now even? Yeah, my point.
I genuinely don't know.
Are you surprised that, and I get it, like, I think Cam Ward unequivocally is the best quarterback of this draft, right? He's going number 1 for a reason. And yeah, you could say whether it's Sanders, whether it's Dart, whether it's...
they have Kenny Pickett.
So who's the quarterback? Yeah, exactly my point. So if that's the narrative, aren't you surprised that Cleveland, and I haven't seen this from really anybody, isn't taking a quarterback?
I mean, I think they have to. I think in the first 2 rounds.
In the first 2 rounds, okay.
And I think Mel Kiper, if I believe...
Or trade back up, obviously.
Right, and not to spoil it, but I'm pretty sure that's what Mel Kiper decided in the second round for the Browns, since they did it at number 2 overall.
Yeah. So Mel Kiper says here about Travis Hunter going number 2 to the Cleveland Browns. And by the way, unless you have the ESPN Plus account, you won't be able to see this because, you know, you got to have that membership. Mm-hmm. We got it. It's not my membership. I stole it from somebody. But Mel Kiper goes, I debated Hunter versus Penn State's Abdul Carter for Cleveland. There's no doubt sliding Carter opposite Myles Garrett would destroy opponents' game plans. But Hunter is a special prospect in so many ways. He checked a big box for the Cleveland Browns, mainly as a receiver. They do have wideout Jerry Jeudy and tight end David Njoku, but need more overall catching talent. I forgot about Jeudy, honestly. Pro Bowler, by the way, over Brian Thomas Jr. Interesting. Hunter is my number one overall prospect. He has the wow factor to his game. He could use his speed, ball skills, instincts, and elusiveness to become an impact player right out the gate. Well, let me ask you, I see what Mel Kiper is saying here, honestly, and I don't really disagree with him, because if you pair Myles Garrett with Carter, and Carter will get another contract. I think if he can stay healthy, obviously knock on wood for him. Wish him nothing but the best. Mm-hmm. But then you almost run into a problem like the Jaguars are about to have, where you're gonna have to pay Trayvon Walker too as well, because he's earned it. Mm-hmm. Now, some could say, is it worth paying that much money, having that much money of your salary cap go towards a single position? And I get it, right? And maybe that's where some experts thought the Trayvon Walker trade rumors are coming from. Mm-hmm. Do you think it's better for Cleveland to get a wide receiver to help out, I guess, Kenny Pickett? Or would you rather see him show up that edge with Abdul Carter?
I think you should go. Well, that's a tough one, man. I just think if you're going to have that much money pent up with Myles Garrett, then you have to be able to pass on getting him a lot of help. At the same time, if you draft Abdul Carter, because he's the can't-miss prospect, although Travis Hunter is too, then you immediately, in your mind, have the best.
You might have the best. And listen, you know how we feel about Josh Hines-Allen and Trayvon Walker here? You have to give the advantage to Cleveland, right? If they get Abdul Carter, even though we haven't even seen Abdul Carter play in an NFL game yet, but
I would assume
Myles Garrett is obviously, I think, a little piece ahead of Josh Hines-Allen.
Yeah, I would say within a couple of games, watching Abdul Carter in an NFL game, it wouldn't take long.
Yeah,
but until he plays, it'd be tough to do.
But keep in mind though, Hamby, too, you wouldn't, because mostly if you draft an edge at number 2 or number 3, wherever he's going to go, and we'll get more of this list in a second. If you take him number 2, he's usually brought in to be, okay, well, we're taking you number 2 overall, like Trayvon Walker was number 1, or Aiden Hutchinson. You got to get us 10 sacks a season. You have to be the guy. Well, Abdul Carter's playing opposite Myles Garrett. You don't got to be the guy. You got to be the guy, but you're not going to have all the attention on you, I guess my point is.
They're not going to be able to double team you, that's for sure.
Correct. Pick number 3, Giants, Abdul Carter then, going to the Giants, according to Mel Kiper.
Right.
Pick number 4, Patriots, Will Campbell.
Please.
Yep. Pick number 5, Jacksonville Jaguars, Mason Graham.
And correct me if I'm wrong, and believe Mel Kiper said he had the Jags taking Graham in each of his 4 mock drafts.
This is correct.
So to him, it's all but a lock.
Real quick write up with that. I'm out of things to say about Graham to Jacksonville. I projected this match in all 4 of my mock drafts. New coach Liam Cohen might want offensive playmakers for Trevor Lawrence, but the Jaguars have a chance to finally get a pocket-pushing disruptor for the middle of the defensive line. He's got great power and quickness. Graham can get into the backfield and create interior pressure on the quarterbacks and dropping running backs behind the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to disagree. Obviously, if I was doing mocks, I would have, as consistent as Mel Kiper, I think I would have been in the very exact same situation, having Mason Graham in all 4 over this entire offseason.
Pick number 6, got Ashton Genty going to the Raiders. Then the Jets are taking Membu. Hamby, I'm telling you, man, Genty could be special.
I'm not saying he's not.
Yep.
I'm not saying he's not. I'm not trying to be the guy who makes the bold statement saying that Genty is, not worthy.
Sure.
I'm just saying you need to change your franchise.
Pick number 8, Jalen Walker going to Georgia. Pick number 9, from Georgia going to Carolina. Okay. Pick number 9, Colorado. Shedeur Sanders is going to the Saints.
Okay.
Pick number 9. All right.
So, okay, but if he doesn't go there, could he fall out of the first round? That's my question. If he's not taken in the top 10,
I think once again, and we'll see what happens to Aaron Rodgers.
Unless the Saints and the Steelers are trading back.
That's why I'm thinking that the Steelers might trade up.
Because if I remember correctly to the last maybe 10 minutes of yesterday's show, there's a very certain team that you have potentially taking Jalen Milroe.
Steelers. Yeah. Steelers.
That's a good one, right?
Oh, yeah. Steelers. Yeah. I'm still on it. Yeah, Steelers or a quarterback. If Sanders is there, then maybe they take Sanders over Milroe. You know what I'm saying? We keep moving here. So then we go to Chicago. Bears taking Tyler Warren at number 10. Will Johnson, Michigan, number 11 to the 49ers. Omarion Hampton, number 12. This is the surprise to me. Running back out of North Carolina.
That's another reach, in my opinion.
See, that to me is a bigger reach than Ashton Genty even.
I can go with you there.
Okay. I'm trying to think of anything else that we should be concerned with. So Matthew Golden going number 16 to the Cardinals.
Okay.
Which some people like for the Jaguars, obviously.
Right.
Guys shooting up draft boards. He's got blazing speed.
Where's Tet?
Tet is going number 20, which makes a lot of sense, I feel like, because it's like a Cortland Sutton clone.
Okay. We'll have more on Tet in today's
So Tet's going number 20 to the Broncos.
Okay.
Pittsburgh selects Derek Harmon, number 21, 21st pick.
Oregon.
Anything else worth noting? I mean, a lot of Georgia guys. So Michael Williams, outside linebacker, going to the Packers.
He's not an outside linebacker.
It said it's outside linebacker.
He's a defensive end.
Okay. Well, if they have an outside linebacker here, I assume that 3-4 defense. And then Jackson Dart, pick 26, going to the Rams.
I can see that. I can see that.
So you have 3 quarterbacks taken in the first round.
Okay.
I'm still thinking 4. Now, here's, once again, this is kind of the crazy thing. Cleveland picking at pick number 33 at the start of the second round. Tyler Show.
I don't think that's how you say his last name, but
Sorry.
I don't know how to correct it.
Well, I mean, what do you want me to do, man? He hasn't been on Shock Your Mock because we're not concerned about quarterbacks.
Right. He's the guy who has like every piece of what an NFL quarterback should look like, but he played at Louisville, so it's like he wasn't that highly touted during the season.
Sure.
I think he's one of those that's been a high riser, that the combines really helped him, the off seasons really helped him. But 33, just like for a guy who really wasn't even really on a lot of teams' radars, I feel like.
Yep.
That's got to be a little bit of reach.
Pick 34, the Giants take Jalen Milroe then, and then we'll go down to the Jaguars. Did you see this one?
The Giants had Milroe?
Giants are taking Milroe. Here's a little write-up quick, because it is a little surprising, right? Because you have Wilson, you got Jameis. Mel Kiper says, after the Giants passed on Shedeur Sanders in round 1, they come back to their quarterbacks on day 2. There is some love for Milroe in NFL circles right now, and he could fit well in New York. He'd have the chance to learn behind Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston, developing his pre-snap reads, improving his short to intermediate accuracy. Milroe throws a great deep ball and can change a game with his legs. He ran for 20 scores in 2024. Take it probably want. Pick number 36, the Jags. Have you seen this one?
I have.
Okay. Wide receiver, Ohio State, Emeke Egbuka?
Yes.
Yep.
That's a dream.
Okay, well, here's what Mel Kiper has to say about it before you want to give your 2 cents, Hamby. Three or fewer wide receivers have gone in round 1 just 3 times in the past 10 drafts. But the Jaguars would stand to seriously benefit if things go this way. Emeka is my 18th prospect, is a smooth route runner, caught 18 touchdowns last season. Brian Thomas Jr. was terrific as a rookie, and taking Emeka here would make up for the loss of Christian Kirk and give Jacksonville a pair of young, talented receivers for years to come.
Yeah, this would be unbelievable.
So do you think it'd be unbelievable that he falls that deep?
Yeah, unbelievable that he falls and that we get him. I mean, in a lot of years, again, this guy would be the top receiver taken.
Sure. And had all the hype on him all season, it seemed like.
Right. And, I mean, he seemed like he could have been a top pick in 2023. Right, coming off of his, I guess that would have been his junior year, because I think he was there 4 years. I mean, and he made all the plays in big games too.
Yeah,
it wasn't just obviously Jeremiah Smith. It was the fact that Egbuka was a big time target, even when Jeremiah Smith wasn't necessarily as involved, especially in the Notre Dame game. All of those things, like this would be a home run for the Jaguars to get Egbuka at 36, pair him with Mason Graham in your top 2, then that would have really allowed you to attack the trenches and a cornerback. And I just feel like at that point, like a lot of fans, if you were to go Mason Graham and Egbuka, would kind of just be like, all right,
Well,
sit back and relax.
Yeah.
With our last 8 picks because, like,
and this is the thing, Hamby. And I see people in the chat, right? Like, more interior defensive linemen. We don't need any more. We have plenty and everything. Let's get a wide receiver. Okay. But my argument is this. If you were to get a wide receiver, let's say it's Travis Hunter, right? Because that's the only guy you can possibly get at number 5. You're not going to take Tet at number 5. Not going to happen, right? I think we saw one mock draft that had, was it Mojo, right? Or who had, did Maurice Jones-Drew have Tet going? Somebody did, yeah, because you weren't here. But there's been a couple mocks that have said at pick number 5 it's going to be Tet McMillan. Mm-hmm. I don't think so, right? Could you see Travis Hunter there if things fall through? If Cleveland takes a first-round quarterback, the Giants take a quarter? Sure. Like, in a fantasy world, it might happen, and Travis Hunter could be there for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Don't think it's likely, but never say never, right?
Yeah.
I see how this mock draft for Mel Kiper is shaking out, though, and, like, Egbuka's could be there. And if you don't have him, you know who else is there? Luther Burden at number 38 for the Patriots is going to be there. So my point is this. I do think you need defensive line help, more specifically interior. And yes, I think if you had Mason Graham right away, that's going to be a huge upgrade in interior pass rush. And that's what Campanelli's defense needs more than maybe anything. Yeah, you need a secondary. You need guys that can play various press coverages and sometimes go to cover 2, cover 3. Sure. But start in the trenches and then work your way out. So that's why I think Mason Graham makes a lot of sense here. And to echo my point, are you really going to lose a lot if you get a guy like Egbuka over Travis Hunter? Like, you could, like, unless I get Travis Hunter special and you can play defense as well and we'd see how you use him, but, like, if we're talking about a wide receiver here, who's to say Egbuka can be a better receiver than Travis Hunter can?
Yeah.
But then I see, like, the depth in terms of interior defensive linemen. Like, okay, you have that guy from Ole Miss, Nolan, going number 39 to the Chicago Bears. So, like, that could be a get. You have Kenneth Grant from Michigan, another guy that we talked about a lot on Shock Your Mock, but Kenneth Grant's more of a nose technique than he is a 3 technique. So you're essentially getting, like, another Devon Hamilton, if you will, which you don't really need. We need a guy that's going to create that interior pass rush.
Right.
There aren't a lot of options in the second round or later in terms of maybe getting that game wrecker on the interior.
Right.
There are options, though, to get a wide receiver to pair nicely with Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah, and I think Egbuka is a guy who'd be worthy of trading back into the first round for.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a lot of guys that I think are worthy of trading back into 28, 29, 30 and giving up picks for. And not to say I'm not even all that sure that Gladstone, I think he'll be trade happy, honestly. I just think a lot of that will be shifted toward acquiring more picks instead of giving them up. Not to say that he can't, but everything that we've heard is that he's huge on the draft capital, and he said it himself that acquiring more picks is something that they're going to prioritize.
Yeah.
Not to say that he couldn't trade back up into the first, give away a few, and then make more trades to get those back on the back end. But there's not a lot of players that trading up into 28, 29, wherever the case may be, where that would be worth it. Egbuka would probably be at the very top of the list.
Without a doubt. And once again, like, this could all be a pipe dream because I'm kind of with you, Hamby. I don't see him falling that deep. Like, and I get Mel Kiper saying, well, it could be the first time in a long time that we don't see a lot of wide receivers take it.
Yeah, you don't bank
on that. It's the NFL, man. Like, wide receivers at a premium.
Right.
Teams are desperate for wide receivers.
I'm sure there's a lot of teams that think that Egbuka is better than Golden.
Yeah, I think that'd be
fair.
fair.
There are plenty that think Golden's better, but I bet you there are plenty.
That was the case before the Combine.
Right.
Right? Now, are you going to go with the Al Davis approach and say, okay, well, this guy can run a 4.2 40, so we're going to draft him because of so? I mean, maybe. Right? But yeah, I think if we're talking about resume in terms of hype going into this last college football season, yeah, it's advantage of Egbuka all day.
Right.
And also, too, I just think, like, if you're Liam Cohen and if you're Gladstone, what a better way to showcase, like, hey, Trevor, we got your back here by maybe trading back up in that first round and doing so.
Do you think
and
there's
getting
any
a wide receiver.
pressure on those guys, front office, to not necessarily draft a receiver even, but you think it would be almost, they're like, all right, hey, let's just avoid taking a defense with our first 2 picks or 3 picks. Do you think that's on their mind? I don't think it's necessarily on their mind to answer it as I think through it. But I think it's almost like this in their back of their head. There's like, we got to do something, and just the message that it would send. Just for example, if 4 of the first players we drafted were defense, we're not trying to get into an Aaron Rodgers situation. Not to say that they're even close to that.
Oh, no, but I mean, listen,
they're nowhere close to that.
It's been well known that when Aaron Rodgers finished up his career in Green Bay,
they refused.
The last skill position that they drafted in the first round was Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
From the time Aaron Rodgers got to Green Bay, from the time that he left, they never drafted a skill position on offense in the first round.
Right. So is it a case where it's like, all right, it doesn't have to necessarily be a receiver, but within the first 3 rounds, we have got to prioritize at least one offensive player to just make sure.
So, yeah, it's a great point, Hamby. I look at it like this, and I think Cohen is more concerned about this than Gladstone.
Okay.
Right? Because you gotta separate the management point from the head coaching point. Okay, like, yes, it's a collaborative effort, but just because it's collaborative doesn't mean they come from the same ethos, right? They don't come from the same belief system. I think when we talk about Gladstone coming from LA, this is a guy who, you know, they've had success doing things a bunch of ways. Whether it's with free agency and trading all your picks away, whether it's gathering picks and then those picks being the difference maker to go on a playoff run. Like, they've done it both ways. With Liam Cohen, I feel like what he did in Tampa Bay with Baker Mayfield, who was kind of like considered, I feel like, a misfit in the NFL, where he had talent, but could you bring it out of him? Could you deal with maybe, like, I don't want to say the ego, because every quarterback's got an ego, but, you know, could you deal with just like his personality?
Sure.
Right? Because it's a little outside the box, I feel like, of a normal quarterback. So could, like, Liam Cohen deal with that? Well, guess what? He did with flying colors.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that was predicated off of, well, the offense that you created around Baker.
If you dealt with it with a guy who puts mayo in his coffee, you can do it with anybody.
That too, yes. But look at what Baker Mayfield had. You had Mike Evans, all right? You had Chris Godwin for a bit. You had Cameron Brate. You had Bucky Irving. But even when you lost him, I always felt like, despite who was running the routes, whether Scotty Miller, I think, was over there for a little bit making play, whatever the case may be, whoever was running the routes, it seemed like Liam Cohen set up Baker Mayfield to succeed and let Baker Mayfield be himself. And you know what himself looks like sometimes? Hey, if it's 3rd and 8, take off and run. Mm-hmm. I trust in you, right? So when you look at what Trevor Lawrence has gone through, like, Doug Peterson was brought into Jacksonville because we thought we were going to get the best version of Trevor Lawrence with him. It didn't work out. You had a year and some change that was pretty cool, and that's about it. So then if I'm Liam Cohen and I see, okay, I'm coming into a situation where we have this quarterback who was one of the highest touted prospects out of college. He gets to Jacksonville. He gets done wrong by Urban Meyer. Doug Peterson doesn't really maybe bring out the best in him. Well, what do we have right now at a quarterback then? We have a guy who hasn't reached his potential because, to be fair, a lot of the pieces around him and a lot of the people around him haven't done right by him. Mm-hmm. So then if I'm Liam Cohen, I'm going to go, well, how can I help gain his confidence? That's what this is all about, Hamby. This isn't a mechanical issue. This isn't even necessarily like, you know, a zone recognition issue. Like, does he have trouble, like, reading defenses? This is a confidence issue. And if you're trying to build somebody's confidence, you have to give them pieces to feel comfortable with. And I think where this offense stands right now at the wide receiver position, and maybe, you know, an asterisk, the tight end position as well, does Trevor Lawrence have supreme confidence of what he has? I don't think so. So if that's the case and I'm Liam Cohen, I'm going to go out of my way to try to give my quarterback more confidence. And that's where trading back, Hamby, if you have to get a guy like Egbuka, that's where that comes into play. So you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. With Gladstone, I don't think he really falls under that umbrella. Sure. Where it's I mean, dude, we had Jared Goff. It worked. We have Matthew Stafford. It worked even better. Just we'll make it work. I think Cohen's more of the emotional point where it's like, hey, I got this quarterback. Maybe he's lacking a little confidence. We're not getting the best out of him. We got to trade up and help him out. Hopefully that made sense in my 25-minute TED Talk.
It does. I think I'm with you on that one. Or Liam Cohen could potentially be the one who's pushing for more offensive weapons just in general, just because of who he is. But I wouldn't be surprised if Gladstone is right there with him. Like, just because Gladstone, we have all these kind of premonitions about Gladstone where we really don't know still where he falls. It's going to take a draft or two to know what kind of trends, if he even has any, he has. So I think that'll be very interesting.
It'll be very interesting, and I believe, to echo Hamby's burner here in the chat, it's all about Trevor. That's what I feel like I've heard said in a press conference. I can't remember what press conference it was, but yeah, Hamby's burner. I believe you're right, and if that's the case, then get him some weapons. Because listen. Yes, you want to go on a playoff run. Yes, you want to go to a Super Bowl. This year, to me, this up-and-coming season, this has to be what kind of quarterback do we have with Trevor Lawrence? Because for whatever reason, and there's a lot of fingers to point blame, and some of it has to fall on Trevor as well, but we haven't gotten the proper sample size in terms of wide receivers not dropping balls, in terms of play calling, in terms of culture and coaching. We haven't got to see an opportunity if Trevor Lawrence can be that guy yet. This up-and-coming year, it has to be that opportunity. We have to finally see if Trevor Lawrence is truly that dude or not. And if you want to see if he's a dude or not, then get him a wide receiver early. More on the Brent and Austen show next.
Par 3 course today, baby.
Ooh, look. That is not a real picture, by the way. That is a wallpaper from Microsoft Windows 98.
I just want to go sit on that bench right in the middle.
That's not a real picture. That's AI. Is that Amen Corner? Probably not. That's all I know, though.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
For the game day hustle and every day in between, juggling my show Jag Social to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament, but this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion. After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone. The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call. Life's a non-stop game, but with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
You trust CGC to make your water great, and now you can trust CGC with your plumbing needs as well. Fast, convenient scheduling, licensed and insured. A quick call away at 904-552-1242.
You never know when you're going to have an issue with a shower, toilet, or maybe it's a sink that sometimes is easy to fix. All right, let's be honest. I'm not fixing anything. I'm totally staging this because when I have a plumbing problem, I call CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing.
Trained professionals, transparent pricing, customer satisfaction. Small problem or even a bigger issue. Save 10% off any water heater plus no trip charge. The experts with 25 years of experience at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing can do it all. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. For a limited time, CGC is waiving the trip charge on all related plumbing calls. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
I'm Action Sports Jack Stuart Weber. Join me and the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation for Jacksonville Takes Steps at Memorial Park on April 12th. This event is dedicated to finding cures and raising awareness for digestive diseases. Register now at actionnewsjax.com.
The Jacksonville Sharks are your champions.
It's one of the hot spots in the area.
Welcome you to String Sports Brewery out at the beach. Big crowd on hand tonight. The fans are here.
And now, the newest hot spot at the beach is open. String Sports Brewery in Jax Beach has opened its doors with rave reviews.
We're going to be fans forever.
Cozy up to the bar, grab a seat in the sports-themed restaurant, or grab a seat outside and feel that breeze coming off the beach as the weather warms. Just like the original location in Springfield, try the popular beer menu and come for lunch or dinner too, because the food is fantastic.
We got a special guest in the house. He's happy. He's feeling good. He's Trayvon Walker.
It's where we hosted Jags Report Live in the football season, and the String Sports Brewery staff can't wait to host you. Hey, welcome back here to String Sports Brewery. And if you haven't checked out the new location in Jax Beach, you got to do it. String Sports Brewery, now with 2 locations in Springfield and now open in Jax Beach on Penman Road.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
There we got Phil Mickelson and a bunch of people have no idea who they are, but enjoying the Masters dinner. I forgot who once again, man, don't lead in with golf bumps, but by my understanding, Hamby, and feel free to back me up here, please, the last winner of the Masters gets to pick the Masters dinner.
That's correct.
And I forgot what was. I think Liv actually was in here, and she explained what the dinner consisted of, and it sounded delicious. So, Hamby, before we get into shock your mock here, let's say that you all of a sudden become this golf prodigy. Mm-hmm. You leave the Brent and Austen show and the 20 other gigs that you also have going on in the studio in this building, and you get to pick your own Masters dinner.
Yeah.
What are you bringing to the table?
I think I'm going to go with like a chicken parm.
From where? I mean, yeah, okay, chicken parm. Like a homemade one from a certain kind of restaurant?
Yeah, straight from Italy.
Oh, straight from Italy.
Yeah, just import it.
Okay, this is the Masters.
Just
okay, go ahead. Spare no expense here.
Yep.
Okay.
It was either that or give me like a baked beef short rib with a pot pie on the side and homemade biscuits. Maybe some mashed potatoes, and then top it off with
That's not a thing. Change it.
That brownie with the vanilla ice cream with some peanuts on it.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay. I'm going to be honest. You sound like a 10-year-old, but okay.
What?
Well, some brownies, just some of them brownies and some tots and...
I mean, I would either go with the Italian route or like the homemade, Southern kind of deal.
Okay. You ready for this one?
Yep. You're going to go steak.
Oh, it can be. Like we haven't been working together for the past
I figured that would just be a little bit too much talk.
Okay, so I'm going steak for sure. I'm going a cowboy ribeye. But, I mean, that's the main entree. We're going apps first, right? We're going apps and taps. So go ahead and give me like
Fried green tomatoes.
I like fried green tomatoes actually. But no, give me like lobster bisque.
Of course.
But like put it like in a lobster, like the lobster shell.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get real fan. I mean, can you do that? Whatever.
Sure,
Lobster bisque. I like that for a nice appetizer. Man, go ahead and give me some like gourmet like egg rolls and some stuff too, and some sliders too. Let's get a little, let's go all around the world here.
Okay.
Then for the main entree, I mean, if we're talking about favorite foods, got to go with a nice cowboy T-bone ribeye or whatever. It was some, nice. Yep. Gonna go back to my old country, shout out to Norway, and we're going lutefisk, and I get no one's gonna eat lutefisk, and that's fine. I'm eating lutefisk because it's my dinner, and I expect everyone at that table wearing a green jacket to at least try it once. So everyone's gonna try some lutefisk, show some respect to the country of Norway. Then let's go ahead and because I'm still hungry, Hamby. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And this really isn't an entree, but it's going to be considered an entree. We're going to get just a round of Cheddar Bay biscuits from Red Lobster because I feel like Red Lobster's going out of business, if I'm not mistaken, or like they have been, whatever. I don't care. Call up the CEO of Red Lobster, give us the recipe because we're going Cheddar Bay biscuits.
All right.
And then for a little nightcap, for a little dessert, if you will, I mean, dude, got to go with some cheesecake.
All right.
And I'm saying cherry, I'm saying strawberry, I'm saying blueberry, I'm saying chocolate, all the cheesecakes. And finish off with like a shake or something too. Like a what was really good? Grandma McFlurries from McDonald's.
Yep.
So let's go with one of those. Boom. There you go. That's my master's dinner. Now let's get good at golf.
We ready?
Let's get it, man. Hit that button.
Shh. I see shock marks.
I am shocked. I am shocked. That's what I mean. I am appalled.
Because you guys wouldn't figure it out. Figure it out.
Hey, you need to get off Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins?
As being a top 10 quarterback in the NFL.
9. Cannot sleep on Kirk.
Figure it out.
Even for the internet, it's pretty shocking.
Mel, talk to me. He's got a huge trunk, though.
Figure it out.
Drake?
Huge trunk, though.
Figure it out.
He's got a huge trunk, though.
Duval.
I feel shocked.
Jacked in chagrin.
I feel shocked.
Jacked in chagrin.
I feel shocked.
Duval.
With that, game on.
This is going to be a good one today.
Going to be a great one. Before we get started, let's go ahead and establish one thing. All right.
It had to happen. It was inevitable.
I know. But let's go ahead and establish one thing. Okay? I came, as the shock master, I came up with a certain set of rules. Okay? A certain set of, stipulations.
Sure.
If you will. And those stipulations were followed for the first week and some change.
Yes, they were.
And now we just opened the floodgates and said, do whatever you want.
Yep. I'll take the blame on that.
No, hey, it's fine, man. I'll step down, from trying to make this a dictatorship and trying to stick on one draft website and do things a certain way. I'll step down. It's all good. I'll read the room. From now on, send in whatever PFF, ESPN, Pro Football Network.
Make your own.
The 33rd, or you can make your own. Doesn't matter. Write it, send it. I don't care. Email it to us. Call one of our numbers. We'll write it down for you.
Write it.
Fax us. Send us some smoke signals. Send us a telegram. Send us an edible arrangement, and then have like that mock draft instead of like, hey, the thank you. Just have like the mock draft in the edible arrangement. Do whatever you want to do. It's Thunderdome. There are no rules anymore. With that being said, Toriano?
Toriano, KB, stands for Toriano Knows Ball.
All right. Toriano knows ball. We'll see how much ball he does know. And then we got, friend of the show.
The man.
Maybe even like an employee of the show at this point. I feel like, he's, we talk about it every single day. Dan Griffis, bringing his own mock draft with his own flair, if you will. Look at that. Just, that presentation that he's bringing to the table. Now, does he get bonus points because he only had 6 players? Maybe. Made my job a little easier this morning. I didn't, Hamby. Because once again, got those mock drafts in at 10:36 last night. Couldn't do any research last night. Austin's in La La Land. All right. Hard bedtime of like 10 o'clock. Anything past 10, unless there's some kind of game on they got to watch, anything past 10, we'll see you guys later. Okay. Got to get my 8 hours, Hamby. And listen, man, you're young, so you realize this one day, you got to get your 8 hours, Hamby. All right? Got to get those 8 hours.
Not there yet.
With that being said, Toriano KB knows ball. Let's find out.
Let's do it.
Pick number 5, defensive lineman, Michigan. See him a lot. Going to continue to see him a lot, I think. Mason Graham. Violence with his vans, violence with his feet, violence with his mindset. He's got that first step. High school wrestler. And yes, Hamby, you said it. We should probably get our own little button for this one. Harmonious hands and feet. Crank up the violins. Get the symphony. I keep messing that up. Symphony of destruction ready to go. The one downside, I didn't really call it a downside, but the one thing he can work on is his move area, is the pass rush skill set of bringing more to the table. But I think you fill a need in terms of interior pressure. I think you fill a need with grit and having a dog on that defense. And I think Mason Graham is that dude.
All right.
Hammy, you're good with it?
I'm good with it.
Okay, cool. Pick number 36. This guy's a safety, but do you put S/SC for safety/slot corner? Xavier Watts, Notre Dame, 6 feet tall, 204 pounds, 31 1/4 inch arms, 8 5/8 inch hands. This guy was 3rd in production score from his position, and also started at Notre Dame as a receiver. NFL comparison is Malik Hooker, and he also lined up the past couple years in the slot sometimes, even though he got moved to safety. He's got big-time versatility in terms of zone coverages, and he's got the ball skills to make plays out of a variety of alignments, almost like your Swiss Army knife, if you will. His tackling does lower the floor a little bit, and he's got a narrow pedal that creates sitter coverage transitions. I don't know if that's good or bad. I assume they said he has a narrow pedal means that's bad, but narrow pedal that creates sitter coverage transitions.
Don't even know what that means.
You lost me. PFF says that it's a B, Hamby. What says you?
I think I'm good with a B here. I mean, I love him as a player. I think with him being a receiver, I think elite ball skills pretty much wraps him up. I think he was a Nagurski Trophy Award winner in 2023, which is just the nation's top defender.
Pretty good.
And he followed that up with a great year of production last year. Obviously, we saw him a lot down the stretch in the college football playoff. We've talked about when guys have taken safeties in the second round before. That's a loaded room right now, but nobody stands out. So it's a position where you could potentially wait and pass on because you don't necessarily, it's not as big of a hole, but if you take a guy like this, he could quickly emerge to be the guy for a long time. So I do believe it's a tad of a knock just because it's not that big of a hole, but his ceiling is that high where I still like the pick.
And I'm trying to find... Okay, so yeah, I mean, I'm trying to find like his wide receiving stats to see like if he has any kind of big numbers to back it up, and it doesn't really appear that way. Like he was kind of used sparingly. So yeah, I mean, this is going to be a safety. Like I don't think you're going to really, supplement him in the slot. So yeah, this is a safety. I get what you're saying here, Hamby. Where did you run the risk of maybe taking one a little too high here with other needs that you gotta fulfill? Let's go to pick number 70, round 3. Jalen Noel, wide receiver out of Iowa State. This guy is intriguing, Hamby. 5'10", 194, 29.5 inch arms, 8 3/4 inch hands. He was 3rd in athleticism metrics according to Next Gen Stats. Dude ran a 4.39 and has a 41.5 inch vertical. So athlete.
Yeah.
11.2 on the broad. So athlete. 23 reps on the bench press. So freak athlete.
Yeah.
Because listen, if you're a wide receiver and you're clearing over 15 reps, yeah, you're not like that DK Metcalf level, let alone doing more reps than I did with 23. That's impressive. NFL comparison, Bruce Ellington.
Honestly, I don't care about the NFL comp.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't. Hey, the only reason you should care about it is if it's good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
If it's good, like holy cow.
When it's like Travis Hunter is like, oh, this guy could be like whatever, Darius Slay and
Garrett Wilson.
And Garrett Wilson. Oh, okay, yeah. But when it's
Bruce Ellington.
Oh
yeah, the comps are garbage.
Okay. Hamby, this guy was primarily a slot receiver, but he can go outside in a pinch. This is what scouts say. So, hey, if we're behind it and we need somebody to line up in the X spot, hurry up and get your butt out there, Jalen. But this guy is a slot receiver. Scouts say that, and I quote, he tends to uncover on cross-country routes. So if you got a road trip ahead of you, he might go streaking. That's all I heard. He's got a good short area burst, lacks length, and has small hands, and he also has focused drops.
Focused drops.
But I'm going to say this, though, Hamby. You need a slot. I mean, do you think you need a slot guy, right? Like, are you going to draft a guy here to primarily play the slot, do you think? Or do you think Parker Washington can fill in that role?
I mean, I think... Because De'Ami Brown's not playing slot, he's playing outside.
Correct.
Okay, but can you play BTJ?
Gabe Davis playing outside.
Right, but you're going to play BTJ a little bit more in the slot probably. We'll see that more this season than we did last. You have Parker Washington. I think you can go either way. I don't think you have to pigeonhole yourself.
Okay.
Necessarily, hey, if we're going to go third round, we got to go this or that. You get the best receiver available.
Okay.
But
I guess my point here is if you do go third round, you get this guy. You don't feel bad about wasting a third-round pick on a slot receiver, right? Like, you wouldn't feel, yeah, exactly. No. Okay.
I'm just glad that position is addressed in the first 3 rounds.
Gotcha.
So he's checking the box here with a guy who runs 4.38 or whatever it was. I'm good with it. He also has, like, a lot of special like he's great on special teams. I don't know if that really plays a role in why he was picked this high. I don't know if that's even really on the radar. As far
I feel like if it's a third rounder, you expect him at least to see some sort of starting playing
time. Any amount of bonus you can get there is just a plus.
Sure.
So I'm good with this one as well.
All right. Well, next pick, not much of a bonus up front, but it could be a pick for their future. You got pick number 88. We're going center Jared Wilson out of Georgia. 6'3", 310, 32 3/8 arms, 10 3/4 hands. Ran a 4.84 in the 40, which once again I feel like that's pretty blazing for a center, but I don't know what the centers usually run. Hamby, this guy's a workout monster, right? 4.8 in the 4.84 in the 40. He's the Usain Bolt of centers. 32-inch vertical. He's the LeBron James of centers. 9.4 in the broad jump. Some could say he's the Austen Lane of centers. This guy had a great workout. Probably going to be the top center taken, obviously.
Yep.
How do you feel about him?
Yeah, I'm good with the center here. I think we've seen some centers being taken at 70, but to get him at 88 is a big plus. Obviously, Jared Wilson's been taken in probably half the shock your mocks that we've done. I've talked a lot about him. He's a great player. He's the commander of an offensive line. He's going to be able to pull and run and look up for extra work. If I was writing this and I had to come up with one of those slick things,
extra work, huh?
Quick to pick up extra work,
bringing home the bacon, getting that extra work in,
right?
Getting those overtime hours in. I like it.
Once he gets outside, he's not just running free, not just running to space. He's actually turning his head around, looking for a DB or a safety to pick up and put him in the dirt. He did that time and time and again in his time at Georgia.
Okay.
Pick 88 is a great pick.
Hamby wants to take him in this and get an autograph, I can tell. Pick 107, round 4. We had Jalen Noel. Now we're going Nah. Well, it's kind of like the whole Louisville effect. Some people say Louisville. Some people say Louisville. We're going with Nah Williams. Nah Williams. Nah Williams, you had a 4. Oh, my bad. I don't have the metrics in front of me. Kind of forgot to put them down. But he ran a 4.5 40 at the combine. This guy's a long cornerback with eye-popping interception totals that could skew the evaluation. He lacks disruption in press. Not press Taylor, press coverage. But he had 14 interceptions in his college career and 7 of them in 2024.
Very impressive.
Ball hawk. PFF doesn't like it. D+, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly why that's a D+.
Does he have character issues? I didn't see anything about that. Yeah, I didn't see anything either.
I think this is a classic of receiver.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he played receiver at all, but it sounds like a receiver with great ball skills who is still figuring it out how to use his body to cover.
Yeah,
especially in press. So is he a lot better in zone? I don't know what they played over there at Cal. How much does that factor in the fact that he had 7 interceptions last year? The kind of competition they faced. That's up to your GM, I guess. But I certainly don't think this is a D+. That corner spot has got to be addressed, and he did.
Yeah. Pick number 128, round 4. We're going to Mel Kiper Jr. Jr. is one of his favorite tight ends on the board. You can't tell me this guy isn't straight from Norway with this name. Gunnar Helm, tight end, Texas. Gunnar Helm, Hamby, I'll give you the stats and I'll let you talk about him and gush over him. He's 6'5", 241 from Inglewood, Colorado, coming from that elevation. Production score was 4th in terms of tight ends, but 20th in terms of athleticism. Ran a 4.84, 30-inch vertical. NFL comparison is Jake Ferguson. Scouts say that he gets his eyes back to the quarterback as soon as he uncovers. Take that for how you want. Average body control with a wide base fitting the block. Hamby, you like this guy a lot? I don't mind him, but you like him.
I like him a lot. I think he's a big play guy. Obviously, bigger body.
PFF likes him too at
right
with
to
an
get
A
him at 128. He's not as fast as a lot of the other tight ends, kind of around his area, like the.
Neither was Jake Ferguson. His NFL comparison.
Well, he's not as fast as Terrence Ferguson, the guy from Oregon, or Mason Taylor, or the kid out of Michigan, Loveland. But I think this is a guy that can actually go up and get it, and he reminds me of the guys who kind of almost box out defenders to come away with catches.
Okay.
So this is a guy I think that could contribute in the pass game day one. So I'm a big fan here.
I like it. Pick number 142, Josh Hines, Allen, and Trayvon Walker are begging for oxygen and IVs in the sidelines because they are absolutely gassed. So let's go with guard Luke Kandra out of Cincinnati. Luke Kandra, 6'5", 319, 31 7/8 inch arms, 10-inch hands. Second in production score off the guard position. Only did the bench press at the combine. Said, I'm just going to bench, show off my muscles, and that's it. Had 33 reps at the combine in terms of bench. I'm sure he ran the pro day. Didn't get those numbers, though. Scouts say this guy is a burly body type with a lack of fluidity. I guess the guy's a bull in the china shop, Hamby. I'm not really sure how to take that. Scouts also said that he's got a broad midsection with thick chest and big hands.
Golly, they love those
Creepy. This was an 80-year-old guy who should be out of the game by now, writing this report. Get this fun fact about our friend Luke Kandra. Has over 2,000 snaps at the guard position. Guess how many penalties he has?
5.
1.
That's pretty incredible.
Over 2,000 snaps accumulated, only had 1 penalty. Scouts also said that his feet lack connection to upper body and protection. So I don't know. I don't know. This guy just seems to leave the realm sometimes and just kind of does his own thing because his feet lack connection to upper body and protection. I don't know how to treat that, but that's Luke Kandra, pick number 142, new to Shock Your Mock.
All right.
Last but not least. Well, actually, we had a couple more here.
Yeah. I just wanted to let me
condense
point that
it
out. Yeah, I had to condense it. He has 2 more after this next guy, Teddy Buchanan.
Okay.
That was Taj Brooks and Ja'Cory Brooks. The running back and the receiver, but those were like in the 200s.
Okay. Yep. Rather than I'll give him a quick because I did the research. So I'll just do a quick rundown with those guys. But Teddy, thank you for saying his name because I was going to say something way different.
Well, I mean, what's the E for?
It's a good point. Yeah. So people, because you can't see it because there's a giant verse in the way, it's Teddye. And I was going to go Teddy Buchanan. But yep, Teddy Buchanan. 6'2" linebacker out of Cal, 233 pounds, 31 3/8 inch arms, 9 3/8 inch hands. Say what?
Good size.
Good size. Dude ran a 4.6 in the 40. He has a 40-inch vertical, 10.5-inch broad jump, and 26 reps on the bench. Dude tested well at the combine. Now, I'm going to say this. I'm not sure, since this is going to be more of a later round pick, I'm not sure if Tony Khan's going to go for this guy because he looks exactly like Roman Reigns.
Really?
Look it up. Yep, looks exactly like Roman Reigns. Scout said that this guy has athleticism and upside for special teams. He's twitchy in short space and can float through space.
Okay.
Imagine having a guy that can actually float instead of just run.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take that. At pick what? 182? We got a floater. Let's do it. One scout said this, and listen, this is why let me give a little requisite here. This is why I started Shock Your Mock. Because what I'm about to say should not be in a scout write-up. What I'm about to say has no business even being near the sport of football. Mm-hmm. But you got some dorks with a computer that want to be, witty, or you got some olds with a computer that have lost touch with reality. Whichever one it is that's writing these articles, listen to this. Okay. Teddy Buchanan is more of a backup singer than a lead artist as a tackler. Teddy Buchanan is more of a backup singer than a lead artist as a tackler. Why? Why? Just say that he doesn't really have a nose for the football and, gets in on assisted tackles a lot. Mm-hmm. Or something along those lines.
Sure.
More of a backup singer than a lead artist as a tackler.
We don't need a backup singer.
I feel like we don't need a singer in general in the football field, but maybe. I mean, Marvin Jones Jr.
He's providing those harmonies also.
Was good. Yeah. The Symphony of Destruction, I guess. So I just had to share that about our friend Teddy Buchanan.
An F for this one, by the way.
Well, guess what? I give an F for the draft write-up, so we're all happy. No problem. Taj Brooks on the list, but 5'9", 214. Taj Brooks is a corner, yeah?
No, I think he's running back.
My bad. Messed that by way a lot. You're absolutely right as I read the draft write-up about him. Yep.
Hefty, 215 at 5'9".
215.
Muscle hamstring.
Yep. A muscle hamstring. He's a bowling ball. We ran a 4.52, 35-inch vertical. Had a 10-inch on the broad, 16 on the bench press. Short runner and a workhorse who handled 633 touches in the last 2 seasons. Runs with bounding feet and quality rhythm, like a trophy whitetail, I guess. He lacks ideal getaway burst beyond the second level. And last pick was Ja'Cory Brooks, 6'2", 184, 31 3/4-inch arms, 9-inch hands, out of Bama. I'm sorry, he started at Bama. Where did he finish up, Hamby? Do you have it listed there or not?
Is it Tech? No, Louisville.
Yeah, it's Louisville. Yep, Louisville. Scouts say that he slithers around tackles after the catch. By the way, sorry, this guy's a wide receiver. Slithers around tackles after the catch. Below average takeoff routes lack crisp lanes and sharp angles. All right. We all good with that one?
Yep, we're good.
Overall synopsis before we get into Daniel Griffis?
Addressed a lot of needs.
Mm-hmm.
No edge is notable. No edge.
Correct.
And we continue to get mocks that just totally disregard that position.
Yeah.
But we addressed 2 important aspects of the offensive line. We got a weapon. We got a stud defensive tackle with Mason Graham. We shored up the secondary.
Okay.
Solid.
All right. Let me see if I can break the 30-minute barrier here and finish this up before 30 minutes is up. Pick number 5, once again. And by the way, shout out to Dan Griffis because he even wrote his own little
he's
article here. Yep. So little Shock Master Daniel Griffis collaboration. Thank God there's not a lot of numbers involved. Or is there? Pick number 5, we'll go Mason Graham, Michigan. Once again, listen, we've just talked about him. We know what it is. Griffis says that 13.8 pass rush win percentage, ranked 5th among FBS defensive tackles.
He gets a lot of hate for the lack of pass rush.
And his short arms too, right?
Yep.
Pick number 36, Maxwell Harrison, cornerback out of Kentucky. Daniel says that he's a ball-hawking zone cornerback. 5 interceptions in 2023. Ran a 4.28 40-yard dash at the combine. And here's what I got to say about it. This guy is 5'11", 183. Ran a 4.28 40-yard dash at the combine. Slender outside cornerback. Scouts say. Slender man, just trying to do the best he can. That was me, not the Scouts. Size could be an issue here, Hamby. And Scouts said that he also declares his hips a little prematurely. Change that. But what do you think about this guy at pick number 36? He is moving up draft boards, by the way. A lot of hype around him. Yeah, dude's a burner.
This kind of reminds me of the Nate Wiggins of last year. This guy has a little bit more size, thankfully, but not a lot. Like Wiggins was like 170, and he was the fastest corner coming out of Clemson last year. Who took him? Was it the Ravens at like 29? Gosh, I can't remember.
Yeah.
But he was right in that 20 to 35 range. This is right where Hairston is. He's got about 10 pounds at 185, ran about the same speed. So we weren't a huge fan of Wiggins just because at 175, I mean, that's tough to play any amount of man. I mean, you're struggling to get any kind of press off the line of scrimmage, and you have great catch-up speed, and nobody's really going to beat you deep, but if they throw you to the ground off the line of scrimmage, you're still going to get beat deep. So I don't know what the strength of Hairston is like, but I love that we're addressing corner in the second round. It's kind of the flip-flop of Toriano's. He went safety second round, corner fifth. Daniel goes corner second, safety fourth, or actually late third. So I think I prefer that just because I think we have a bigger hole at corner than we do at safety. As long as both are addressed, I'm cool with it. But I think I would prefer this route as long as Harrison can put on some weight.
Yep, that'll be the thing.
Which will probably be the number one priority for him as soon as he gets drafted.
I like it, Hamby. And our 30-minute goal just became a 45-minute goal, but it's all good. Pick number 70. Going with Jared Wilson once again. Going Jared Wilson out of Georgia center. Trevor Lawrence says, thanks, I guess. We'll see him in a couple years, but you can help me right now? Maybe not. He's a one-year starter, elite athlete, 9.98 on the RAS score, 99.4% percent pass blocking. Elf ranked?
That looks like Elf to me.
Okay, so he's a 99.4 on the Elf ranking. So that's good. Christmas is in July, maybe, coming up. Tied fourth amongst centers. I just talked about Jared Wilson. Guy had a great combine, 4.84 in the 40. Not like that really matters, but dude can run. He's got good size, got a good vertical. He's an athlete, Hamby, and obviously you want his autograph.
I'm all set on the autograph.
Okay.
Already broke him down, obviously.
Yeah.
This is what I said. A lot of people are taking him at 70. The notable thing here is we're 3 picks in and no offensive weapon for Trevor Lawrence.
It's a little notable. Well, hopefully Trevor Lawrence likes the next pick. I know Campanelli does, though. Pick number 88, we're going Andrew
Makuba.
Man, Embuka, I almost said, too. He saved me, Hamby. Safety out of Texas. Elite in coverage. 5 interceptions and 12.1 NFL rating allowed in 2024. Run defense concerns. All right, let's see what I got to say about it. 5'11", 186, 30-inch arms, ran a 4.45. This guy can run and has all the instincts, can also play slot corner, but I feel like we're all good there. He's a little undersized according to scouts. 5'11", 186. Yep. And not the best tackler in the open field is what this write-up
I feel
said.
like he made a lot of plays against Georgia.
Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of people did it, Hamby. What do you think about that
twice.
pick? Yeah, what do you think about that pick?
I like this pick a lot.
Okay.
Especially at 88. What he makes up for with what he lacks in the size and the tackling, I think he makes up for with the speed of at least getting to the ball, which is step one. We at least give ourselves a shot to rally to the football and gain tackle with this guy. Look, he's all over the field. He's very smart. So I'm cool with this one as well.
All right, pick 107. Let's go with Harold Fannin Jr. Bowling Green?
Bowling Green.
I've been there, actually. I took some classes there one time.
What?
Through the NFL. Yeah, it was through like the NFL broadcast boot camp. I stayed at their campus. Not bad. Pretty fun. Good old Midwest. But anyways, Bowling Green tight end led NCAA in receiving 1,555 yards and missed tackles. And missed tackles as a tight end. So he made people miss tackles. Only a 3.3% drop rate. I feel like, man, Trevor needs that for sure. So I like that a lot. Let's go to my write-up. 6'3", 241, 32 1/4 inch arms, 9 1/4 inch hands. Second in production at the tight end position. Not sure how he wasn't first. He led the league led the NCAA in receiving. Eighth in athleticism. Ran a 4.71 40, 34 inch vertical, 9.10 on the broad jump, 22 reps on the bench press. NFL comparison: Juwan Johnson. I actually know him. Had him in fantasy. Saints, yep. Is he still with the Saints?
Yeah,
I think he is. Yeah.
There.
All right, scouts say this. He is an enigmatic prospect featuring record-breaking single-season catch production despite a straight-legged playing style. Don't like those straight legs, I guess. Okay. What do you want him? You want him vertical? You want him horizontal? He won't. So one scout says he won't block much, but his ability to stretch the field from the slot gives him potential for tight end 2 upside. So you can line up this guy all over the field. He catches the nose of the football with automatic hands.
All right.
Don't want no stick shift with our receivers. Give him automatics. Slow to recapture the moment when his feet are slowed, though.
What?
This is an actual quote. Slow to recapture the moment when his feet are slowed.
So he's got a slow trigger on the camera.
I mean, sometimes it's like B-Rabbit. You know, you can't lose yourself in the moment. The music, the moment, you own it. You better never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. The opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Mom, spaghetti. All right. Last pick?
Kyle Williams.
Pick 126.
Finally got a receiver.
Washington State wide receiver. 8.4 yards after a catch. 8.4 yards after catch per reception, which is second in the FBS. Vertical wide receiver with success in the slot. Led FBS versus man coverage. Man, God bless the soul whoever did those numbers and figured that stuff out, because that's a lot of film watching. Or maybe AI did it and AI lied. But nevertheless, that's some in-depth analysis right there, Hamby. Kyle Williams, 5'11", 190, 30 1/8 inch arms, 8 3/4 inch hands, ran a 4.4 in the 40, 36.5 inch vertical, 9.11 on the broad jump. Actually, draft projection could have him as a second round to third round pick as well.
Wow.
NFL comparison is Marvin Mims Jr. Okay. Scouts say that he slinks by press coverage with good feet and smooth acceleration. Slinks.
Not a good verb.
Is that like a slinky? I guess.
Idea.
Okay, everybody knows a slinky. Slinks by press with good feet and smooth acceleration. Creates chunk plays out of short throws. Below average hand technique and coordination. I mean, is the guy running routes blindfolded? How do you know he's not coordinated? Like, either you can run a route or you can't. I feel like when you have 8.4 yards after reception, second in the FBS, you probably can run a route. You're probably at least a little coordinated, putting feet with hands, but what do I know? That's Kyle Williams, and this has been Shock Your Mock on a hump day. What do we think about it, Hamby? Who are you taking here? Obviously, we don't have the votes. We don't make the decisions, but we can give our input. How you feeling about it?
Yeah, I think this one's tough because, again, both have Jared Wilson, but Toriano got him later, and that allowed him to get a receiver. That's the most notable difference. Obviously, Dan only included 6 picks up till 126. So a part of it is Toriano just had a lot more picks, so he had filled more holes. What would Griffis have done with 10 picks instead of 6, or however many you wanted to have? I don't know. I think waiting to the 5th or 6th round to take a receiver is a miss. Yeah. Neither of these guys took edge. So I'm not getting either of them an A, but I think both of these are formidable selections here.
Yeah, I agree with you, Hamby. I mean, the only thing I'll say about this, and once again, like, I mean, I guess they did use the same draft simulator, so it is comparable. I mean, I do like how you got Jared Wilson at pick number 88 as opposed to getting Jared Wilson at pick number 70, even though it's pretty close by, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I feel like getting at least a Jalen Noel at pick 70 does help Trevor out a little bit because, once again, that's the biggest question. I'm not crazy about the safety Xavier Watts with pick number 36. I almost lean towards the top just because it's more of a fuller, like if we would have saw the rest of Dan Griffis' draft, maybe, right? But I almost lean a little more towards Trino Knows Ball. But I think there's arguments for both drafts. So it's a coin flip.
Coin flip.
It's a coin flip, Hamby. Nicely done on Shock Your Mom.
We'll let Twitter decide.
We'll let Twitter decide. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we'll post them. Maybe, I don't, hey, there are no rules anymore. Right? But I'll tell you one rule we got coming up. I think we're going to be joined by Liv Tasley in the 12 o'clock hour. Hamby?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, maybe trying to set things up. Maybe she's here. Maybe she's not. Maybe she could talk to us about being in Gainesville for the victory celebration at Florida, or maybe she won't. Either way, we got plenty more to talk about. We got some NBA news. Ja Morant is becoming menace number 1, and I'm all for it, but I get some of the olds are mad. Let's talk about that next here on the Brent and Austen Show.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around, and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast on your team.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
I'm ready to show my hand, ready to take a stand. Wait on a sign above, and I am ready, ready. 'Cause I just live for the game. 'Cause I just live for the game. 'Cause I just live for the game. The crown's for the tape. I got it. Iconic. I'm built to win. Back to back, I do it again. I'm iconic. I'm one of a kind. I'm iconic. I'm built to win. I'm one of a kind.
Baker Sports is local sports. Uniforms from Pop Warner and Little League to travel ball, high school, and college. They make you look good. They help you play good. Baker Sports has been helping families make memories that will last a lifetime with their Baker's Buckets. We've got a lot of these filled with baseballs and softballs in the garage. I've been throwing batting practice to Ty and Kaylee for years, and also sit on the Baker's Bucket, catching Kaylee while she practices her pitching. Baker Sports is homegrown, and a lot of employees that used to play on local ball fields now work for Baker Sports, now helping you look good, play good, and make memories of your own. Visit Bakersport.com to see what Baker Sports can do for you. Custom apparel, Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, embroidery, screen printing, and more. Baker Sports is local sports from Jacksonville to anywhere in the Southeast. Bakersport.com.
When it comes to trucks, I know exactly what I want. And at Bozard Ford, they make it easy to get exactly that. Let's go make this truck a little more my style. With Bozard Built, I can create my perfect truck right here. Lift kit? Check. Premium wheels? You bet. Advanced lighting package? Oh yeah. The Bozard team works their magic. From bumper to tailgate, I'm making this truck mine. It's everything that I wanted and more. From the field to the gym to weekend adventures. This truck's built for my journey. Bozard Built. Customized for your lifestyle, built to exceed your expectations. Check out the inventory and available options at bozardbuilt.com. Unleash your dream ride. Customized, covered, and Bozard approved.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Oh, yeah. Talk
know,
about
Liv.
it. Talk about it. Let me tell you, ain't no party like a Gators national champ party. That place was electric yesterday.
Say it again, Liv. Electric?
Electric.
No hedges needed.
No
for
hedges.
Gainesville.
Just a forest.
Nice.
Let me tell you, that place was packed. I think when I joined you guys at, noon?
Mm-hmm.
There was like a few people, right?
Yep.
The whole field was encompassed in
Packed.
people.
Now, were people kind of getting their party on too as well or not? Or it was more just like, all right, we had to get out of class. Let's go check them out.
Yeah, I mean, I think I said it yesterday. If you're not if you're a teacher and you're not canceling class,
That's a good point
that's a
too,
felony.
though. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of campus, it felt like, was out there yesterday.
Nice.
It was really fun. I mean, the team was late. It happened in San Antonio. So we were out there from 12 to 4.
Yep.
So my legs yesterday were clocked out. And I was like, I'm sure the next time I stand up, it would be too soon. I honestly thought about getting DoorDash and having them listen, my door's open, deliver the food to me on my couch. I did not want to get up yesterday.
All right. Put your hours in, Liv.
I did. It was so fun.
And did your first live shot as well.
First live shot, I started to tag out from the University of South Florida because that's a habit. And I quickly pivoted and I was like, oh, nope, here we are. We're at the University of Florida.
Yeah.
No direction needed in that title. Hamby loves this talk.
No, it is what it is, man. Hamby can deal with it. Liv, first of all, thanks for stopping by because once again,
I heard your call.
Well, and that's the thing. We put up the Batgirl signal for Liv because I'm just going off an email. And I thought I saw, once again, I got a lot going on in the morning, get my workout and everything. Yep. But I could have sworn, okay, Wednesday email, it's Wednesday, it's hump day. I saw your name. I'm like, okay, so Liv's coming on the show. Well, didn't see the TBD next to her name. So we determined it. You heard the signal, and she's here for a little bit.
I heard it. Yeah. Yesterday was supposed to be my chill day, and I was all ready to go with my Liv's list. I wake up to a text from the one and only Brent Martineau saying, how do you feel about going to Gainesville today? And
yeah.
Well,
should have been there 2 nights ago for the party, but yeah. It's all
listen,
good.
I heard people said they got 3 hours of sleep. Todd Golden yesterday on stage was like, I haven't slept.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I don't. Todd.
Yeah, that's
Todd.
just a standard day for Hamby.
Yeah.
Except probably with no alcohol. I would hope, Hamby.
Yes, you're correct.
Good. All right. Well, what do you? Because we got a sparse amount of time for you, so we have 5 minutes with you because you have to go to the stadium.
Jags Day.
Yep, Jags Day. So you're getting some lunch and everything?
Oh, we're getting lunch.
Okay, cool.
I don't know. It's not a master's menu. Which I appreciate everyone's master's menu, except for the steak part. I don't.
You don't do steak?
No.
You don't do meat at all, or just red meat?
Just red meat.
Okay. Well, what would you do, real quick?
Okay, so I thought about this because I was listening to you guys in the car.
Gonna take up the whole segment here. We got to go.
Right?
Okay. What do you got?
You know what? Forget Liv's list. We're going master's meal.
Yep.
So I'm a girl. The first question I ask when I sit down at the table, I'm a girl, female.
Yep.
I instantly ask, how many apps are we getting?
Apps and taps.
Apps.
Let's go.
So I'm thinking like we get a mac and cheese. We get, I love the crispy Brussels sprouts just to get a veggie in there.
Yeah, but it's like the Masters dinner.
Listen, if you get a good crispy Brussels, I'm going.
Are you putting bacon? You don't like bacon? Though,
I don't
do you?
like bacon. You can put turkey bacon.
I'm out.
You can. You know what? How about this? No. Wait. You can have like the build your own crispy Brussels sprout, and you can have your turkey bacon. You can have your regular bacon. You can have crumbles, whatever the hell you want.
Okay.
Listen, I'm gonna have one for the masses. Okay?
Turkey bacon Brussels sprouts. Please continue.
Try it.
Hey, I've had turkey bacon. I'm all set.
I like it. It's lean.
It's something.
I'm having an espresso martini bar. I'm having conch fritters. Instantly, the best conch fritters. Import them. I heard Hamby's
Sabrina
importing.
Carpenter's special.
If Hamby's going to
Espresso
import chicken
martini
parm,
bar.
I'm importing conch fritters from the Bahamas. Those are the best conch fritters.
Conch fritters go hard. Liv, that's the first thing you said that's got my attention.
My God, conch fritters.
I love conch fritters. Yeah, those are good. Okay.
Love conch fritters. Okay, so forget about the apps. Now we're moving to the main. I'm Italian, so I have to have an Italian dish. I'm going stuffed shells.
Okay. Like stuffed with like ricotta and all that?
Yeah,
Okay.
cheeses, lots of cheese.
Okay.
I'm going, so my best friend Carly, her dad has a restaurant up in Amelia Island, and I should call her because he has a couple, and I'm not sure which one we went to, but he has the best scallop dish.
Ooh.
I'm bringing in scallops.
Okay.
He's cooking it. Sorry, Master Chef, this one's going to her dad. He's doing it. And now, so dessert.
Yep.
I don't know. And I'm a huge dessert person. And I also almost went because I love breakfast. I almost went full breakfast.
I didn't think about breakfast.
I almost went full breakfast.
French
Pancakes, French toast, waffles.
Gotta do a waffle too. Yeah.
I almost went
like
that way.
I like that a lot actually. Stuffed French toast.
Forget about it. Cheesecake stuffed French toast or something.
Oh, that's over. That's over. Mouth is watering. We'll see you guys later.
Yep, we're going to
Okay.
breakfast.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. Like you kind of salvaged it at the end.
At the end?
Because I was just gonna come for the conch fritters and could get a doggy bag and walk out. Because I can't do
fritters.
I can't do espresso martinis either though.
What?
Nah, I don't like coffee, and I don't really like martinis.
Okay, if it's a bar though, you don't have to get the espresso martini.
Okay.
So when
dealer's
I go,
choice.
Dealer's choice.
Okay.
There's like s'mores martinis. There's like Girl Scout cookie martini. There's chocolate martini. That
Liv.
I will order that all day, every day.
Liv.
What?
I'm a fighter, okay? And sometimes
You can
I
have your scotch.
I have to go. Yeah, okay. Like
Whiskey.
thank you. Or just a
I'm
Guinness.
trying to zhuzh it up.
Or a
you know?
Miller High Life.
I'm trying to have like fun drinks. I guess that's a great thing.
Okay. So Liv's turning the Masters into a bachelorette party. Fantastic. You have any other news for us before we have to get? Because we're down to 2
What
minutes
time?
now.
2 minutes?
Yeah. What do you got for us?
All right, Hamby, put this guy up.
Who's this little dude?
So the Masters has started a gnome family, and this is like one of their unique souvenirs that you can get over at the Masters.
Okay.
I think it's so fun. It's like it came out of nowhere. I forgot the story behind it, but it started as just like a little trinket. Then it grew to a family. There's like a caddy that
Hold
you
on,
can
y'all.
get with
Hold
it.
on.
Oh, do we have the whole family here?
Austin, I need you to check the chat.
Check the chat.
Time to
I can't check
introduce.
the chat.
Liv gets left.
Oh, that's because I need to meet him.
Turkey bacon. Oh, okay. You got to go.
Yep.
Oh,
he's
I
very
thought it was-
strict on the whole. We swing at noon, and if you're not in the car, you're out.
Okay. Yeah. So get going.
So, bye,
All right,
everybody.
we'll-
Go talk about my gnome.
Okay, we'll talk about the gnomes more. Thank you, Liv. Thanks for stopping by. TBD Liv, everybody. TBD Liv. Hamby, go ahead and bring the gnome back in real quick.
Give me 1 second.
Because ironically, okay, I get the idea. Whenever you're ready.
Well.
There we go. Oh, well, sorry. I didn't know you couldn't. Okay, real quick. Ironically, that dude is not getting into Augusta. If he dresses like that, he ain't getting past security. This isn't TPC Sawgrass. It's Augusta.
Good point.
He's not getting in, is he, Hamby?
No.
So what are we doing?
Can you wear shorts here? Yeah, you can wear shorts.
Can you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, very Santa Claus-ish, but whatever floats your boat or finds a lost remote. Shout out to Augusta.
Let's go, baby.
Maybe should we have Brent pick one of those up?
Brent's not buying that.
Brent just got a couple. Brent did pretty good in a bet with the Florida Gators winning.
That's true.
He can swing it if he wants. But no, I wouldn't want the gnome either. Although we can have the gnome could be like our official mascot.
It could be an extra piece of collectible in the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network studio.
All right, Hamby. Well, before we got to take another break here, we're a little behind it, and I know how much you love talking about basketball.
Yeah.
But there has been a couple of stories that have been circulating that are kind of our big news, and we kind of got to mention them a little bit, much to your chagrin. But we talked about golf today. Did a lot about the mock drafts and everything. Talked a little bit about Ferris wheels. But have you been following the NBA at all, Hamby?
Zero.
None at all?
Nope.
Will you follow it during the playoffs or not?
I'll watch the finals. Not until then, though.
Hamby, do you know any good teams in the NBA? Like, if you were to take a guess, who are the best teams right now? Could you do that?
The Thunder.
Yep.
And the Cavs.
Okay, pretty good. Yeah. That's
Celtics are probably really good.
They're good.
The Lakers are mid, but going to make the playoffs.
Lakers are actually doing really well right now with Luka and everything.
Okay.
And another good team, arguably, is the Denver Nuggets.
Yes.
Who are coming off of a championship a couple years ago.
With them. Yep.
Yes. Denver has decided to shockingly fire their coach, Michael Malone. I
have a soundbite from him.
Please. I'd love to hear it.
It was a brutally honest message, and the guys that are fully won't hear it. They'll say coach is tripping. And the guys that maybe do really care will, because they're not going to go back and watch their minutes, because nobody watches their minutes. Nobody watches film. So we'll have to show them the film. And
so expletives. Obviously a guy who's had some success in Denver.
Just won a championship, 2 years ago?
2 years ago. If you look at Denver's record this year, what are they, 47-30 something, I think?
Not bad.
I think they're 47-32 right now. That's off the top of my dome, too.
Okay.
So then you ask the question, why does this guy get fired? And you look at the press release, or like what ownership said, and to paraphrase, it basically came down to we are keen on winning championships and bringing titles to Denver.
You just did that.
And we're going to put our team in the best possible position to do so. Did I miss something? Are the Nuggets not like a top 3 team in the West right now? Did the Nuggets not win a championship a couple years ago?
Aren't the playoffs in like a month?
Aren't the playoffs literally right around the corner? And you're going to put your team in a better position to win a championship with a brand new head coach coming into a new situation?
Head scratcher.
Dope. Yeah, so then what does it come down to? And if you look into this a little more...
Does he have issues with management?
Oh, Hamby for 500. Yes. So then it comes down to management. Specifically, and this is crazy too, Russell Westbrook. Supposedly, management drafted this dude last year.
Russell Westbrook is on the Nuggets?
Russell Westbrook is on the Nuggets.
Didn't know it.
And the only reason why I know about that is it was because when Joker was out, I think Aaron Gordon or whoever the other guy was out too. No, I'm sorry, Murray was out. There was a Russell Westbrook prop for a triple-double of plus 1,200. Guess who put a little money down on Russell Westbrook to have a triple-double, because that's what Russell Westbrook does if he doesn't have anybody to throw the ball to?
No, I'm saying.
Yep. So, yeah. So, I was a little in-depth into it. But anyways, management didn't want Russell Westbrook to get minutes. Well, the head coach did want Russell Westbrook to get minutes. Michael Malone being the head coach, won out. Kept on playing Russell Westbrook. Management didn't like it. Management says, we'll see you later, Michael Malone. Over Russell Westbrook. Who, by the way, I don't know. He had a triple-double 3 or 4 weeks ago. I think he's still a suitable basketball player. I still think he brings experience. He plays his ass off. Isn't that the type of guy that you want on your team to get minutes when other guys are down, when other guys are hurt, when other guys are getting load management? What am I missing? But that's supposedly why Michael Malone got fired. So now you're going to bring in a new head coach with however many weeks within the regular season and hope that it just works out. And some other people saying, other sources saying, well, Joker's not happy because he's having like his career year, which is hard to say because he's had how many MVPs and he's even playing better than when he won the MVP a couple times. Having a career year and they're not maximizing his career year. Once again, this is just hearsay out there. You're 47 and what? 33. You're gonna have a top 3 spot in the West. What more do you want? Like, yeah, you're not the Thunder. Well, guess what? The Thunder are really unproven in terms of the playoff run. So the Thunder maybe don't really scare me that much. Lakers, sure.
Who's the Thunder's coach?
I don't even know. I don't know coaches, Hamby, like that.
No problem.
Yeah.
So a lot of coaches that have gotten or that have won championships have gotten fired then.
Yeah, that is what it is. By the way,
him
Thunder's coach is Mark whatever Daignault or whatever. That guy, he looks like he's 25 years old.
All right, but we got him.
Yes.
We got Budenholzer.
Yep. Who then you replaced with Doc Rivers? Yep.
The Raptors coach isn't there anymore.
Nick Nurse. Nope.
Yeah.
Thanks for playing.
That's it?
No, we're missing somebody from the season that just got fired too. Oh, the Memphis. I mean, he didn't win a championship, but the Grizz just fired their coach.
Good gosh.
What was his name? Was it Jenkins? No. Yeah, Taylor Jenkins. Who you've seen him, man. He's got a beard and everything. Listen, if there was one coach that would be a reflection of your team and Grind City, this dude was it. Like, he looks like he should be coaching Grind City. But for whatever reason, once again, Taylor Jenkins.
Oh, Frank Vogel, too, I just looked up.
Gets let go.
Vogel with the Lakers.
And I don't know the Grizzlies record off the top of my head, but it'd be a great transition before we go to break here. The Memphis Grizzlies are, what are they right now? They're 47 and 32.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Going to the playoffs. Maybe going to make a run now with Ja if he can, stay smart. We'll talk about that in a second. But you fire him as well. So, Hamby, I guess the question is professional basketball the hardest job, like the hardest sport to be a coach in and like have success? Because you're letting go of a guy that's 47 and 32 right now in the Grizz. You're letting go of a guy who won a championship literally a couple years ago in Denver, who has his team knocking at the playoff door. You let Budenholzer go how many years ago, replace him with Doc Rivers, and he won a championship. How hard is it to be a coach in the NBA?
Harder than baseball, that's for sure.
Right?
This would never happen in the Major League Baseball.
Dude, this wouldn't happen in the NFL. If you're going to the playoffs,
yeah,
congratulations, lifetime contract.
Mm-hmm.
Not in NBA.
Yeah.
No, not only do you have to go to the playoffs, but you better look good and you better make sure the players that we want you to play, even though you guys are winning, play.
Right.
It's crazy, man.
Huh.
Wild. But speaking of the Memphis Grizzlies, and Hamby, once again, let me go ahead and bring up the speed a little bit here. Ja Morant, you heard of him, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Murray State's finest.
Yep. He likes to do finger guns.
Right? So, for those of you that are, under a rock that don't really know who Ja Morant is, Ja Morant has been in a laundry list of problems in terms of gun-related charges, right? He was seen on an Instagram video holding a gun. Adam Silver said absolutely not, and we're going to suspend him for the whole year. That wasn't enough, because then there was another situation where he was at some kind of club with guns, and once again, the fines came down, right? So Ja Morant has a problem with guns. Well, if you've been following the NBA at all this year, much like the NFL where they have like the no celebration, a lot of NBA players now, when they make a three-pointer, it's one of these, or whatever you want to call it.
That's what BTJ got fined for.
Earlier
in the season.
Yes, it's a gun celebration, right? So you get a first down, you get a 3-point shot, gun celebration. Doesn't mean that those people are violent. They're trying to shoot people. No, it's
pretty similar to Fernando Rodney's arrow when he closed out baseball games.
Exactly.
It's the same idea.
Right, it's the same idea. Maybe a little more updated, because no one's shooting bow and arrows anymore.
That's true.
Unless you're hunting. unless you're Robin Hood. So everyone's doing these gun things. Well, John Morant started to do it, and what did the NBA say?
Nope.
Can't do it, John, because you got a track record. Now, how do you feel about that, Ham? Because I'm going to be honest. I get where the NBA is coming from. And I get that it's not the best look for John Morant. But, and as bad as this is going to say, like, is John Morant out in the streets shooting people? I don't think so. I think there's nothing wrong if he wants to take the mantle on as being kind of like this polarizing bad guy in John Morant. Because he doesn't have to do it. His style alone, just watch a game with John Morant. The dude's going to have at least 3 highlights a game. He's gonna posterize somebody with a dunk. He's gonna have a crazy pass. He's gonna do some kind of crazy 360 dunk. Like, he is must-see TV. But then you couple that with a personality where it's like, screw authority. Do I dare say I kind of get it, Hamby? I'm not saying I agree with it, and if I was him, I wouldn't be doing it, but I get it. But then we fast forward. So he does the gun thing against the Lakers. He does the gun thing again, so he hits a 3-point shot to win the game against Miami. Everyone's going down. Once again, is it right? Probably not. Did I really care about it? Not really. But John Morant got fined. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver stuck to his word, and the hammer came down. So John Morant says, okay, I'm done doing the guns. I've seen the error of my ways. So then what does John Morant do last night when he hits a 3-pointer? And no, it's not the guns. Hamby, what do you got for us? Throws a grenade and blows up everybody in the arena.
Also, that's a bad grenade throw. That's not how you throw a grenade.
And then he covers his ears as to not blow out his eardrums.
Like, that's a sissy throw.
It's not the best
Most grenade throws are either underhand, launching it in the air, or a freaking janitor toss,
Hamby,
long toss.
First of all, have you ever held a grenade before?
No.
Spoiler alert, they're kind of heavy. And yes, I have held grenades before. I've held the smooth ones. I've held the pineapple ones.
I'm just saying.
Austin,
that
where'd
was
you
like
hold grenades at? The Iowa Military Show. Don't worry about it.
Nice.
Yep.
This was like a flick of the wrist. Like, this is...
Yeah, hey, listen. He's not going to pass SEAL training anytime with that. I get it, Hamby. and I get it. But
looked like he was throwing his wristband into the crowd.
Listen, this is the most polarizing thing I feel like going on in the interwebs right now in terms of basketball. Because there's a subsection of fans, and I'm going to fit in this subsection, that finds this to be absolutely hilarious. I think this is one of the funniest things I've seen all year in the sport of basketball.
That's pretty sad, but no.
Now, there's the other people that say that John Morant's got to grow up. This is immature. This is selfish. This is unbecoming of a role model and a basketball player and all this stuff. You know where I fit in it. And this isn't me being biased because John Morant's from Murray State, because I was the first one to say, hey, dude, you got to stop showing guns on Instagram. Be smart, please. But I'm also the guy that's going to say, if you want to throw a grenade at the crowd, a fake grenade, obviously, at the crowd, and do one of these as a kind of a middle finger to the NBA for fining you for the guns, I don't know, man. I'm not that mad at it. How you feel, Hamby? You're upset. I can already tell.
Oh no, I don't care.
You don't care?
I just want a better grenade toss next time.
Okay, but like you're not offended by this.
Why would I be?
Because people say that he's going against authority, and he's not taking the allegations with the gun stuff seriously.
He's celebrating, putting the ball in a basket.
Yep.
Do your thing, bro.
Listen, and this like Hamby. First of all, I'm surprised we're on the same page. So this was shocking to me because I was getting ready to come at you, but no. Fantastic. We're on the same page here. I feel like not everybody would agree with us, but that's fine. My thing is this. How many times in the NBA have we seen arguably a top 5 talent, maybe even a top 3 talent, be a habitual line stepper at the same time?
I'm not the person to ask.
Yeah, I know you're not the person to ask, but let me go and answer that for you.
I feel like there's a lot.
Really?
I don't know.
Okay, let's think about this. Like Giannis, good dude.
No, yeah, you're not going to.
LeBron James, good dude.
Right.
Jason Tatum. I think he's a good dude. Dude bores me. I'm sorry.
Yep.
But he bores me.
I guess today's
Luka Doncic, a little bit of a habitual line stepper, and he gets celebrated, right? I think of like a guy back in the day, Charles Barkley. I am not a role model, right? Like,
yeah, I don't think like Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce were like role models.
No, but I don't think they were really like pushing the system. You know, like
Sure.
they weren't like overstepping sometimes.
Yeah.
Right. Like
Allen
usually,
Iverson, was he or no? I know he was very
no. See,
popular
Allen. No, I mean Allen Iverson was. That's a great point, Hamby. Look at you, Hamby.
I know history. I just don't like watching it right now.
I feel you. Iverson falls in that category of being a little bit of a line stepper, just because the whole thing of we're talking about practice.
Sure.
Right. So while a lot of the olds may have a problem with what Iverson did, may have a problem with like Draymond Green even, but we keep on Draymond Green's not a top 3 player in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
But I think very rarely do you get a case where you get a very polarizing figure and you get a top NBA player. I think Luka is in that category a little bit, but now like he kind of got screwed over from Dallas. So I feel like more people like Luka now just because like, dude, they did you dirty. Go prove them wrong. So I think people want to cheer for Luka now. I think Ja Morant's going to reach the realm of where it's like you either love him or you hate him, and there's no in between. And I think if you can have that and you can carry that burden and carry that weight, that'll make you a superstar for years to come. Just got to stay on the court, though. So just keep with the fake grenades. I don't want to see Ja Morant at the Iola military show with me holding grenades and like threatening to light one up, all right? I don't need that. But I want to say, man, if you want to keep doing your thing and be that habitual line stepper, I think the NBA game is better for having guys like that, like your Iversons, like your Barkleys, and heck, do I dare say even Draymond Green? He's got some sort of value, doesn't he? He's entertaining. More on the Brent and Austen Show next.
When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at nimnickbuickgmc.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness. The most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. GMC, we are professional grade.
I'm Action Sports Jack Stuart Weber. Join me and the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation for Jacksonville Take Steps at Memorial Park on April 12th. This event is dedicated to finding cures and raising awareness for digestive diseases. Register now at actionnewsjax.com.
The Jacksonville Sharks are your champions.
I've been telling you about CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing for a long time now. Their drinking water systems remove up to 99% of contaminants.
We've had a Connecticut water softener and drinking water system in our home for more than 7 years. You can see the difference whether you're washing clothes, the dishes, or what I like to do most, fill this up for some coffee every morning, and mostly all day. Remember, if you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter.
Right now, you can get a free Kinetico reverse osmosis system with the purchase of a Kinetico Premier softener. The experts at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing will test your water for free and determine your water score. Don't know your water score? CGC will find out and recommend the appropriate Kinetico water treatment solutions so you can improve it. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. Ask about our 90-day love it or leave it guarantee. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Kinetico dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
This has been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
You know who this is, Austin?
I mean,
I might have spoiled it earlier.
You did a little bit.
Okay.
But I'm going to be honest, Hamby.
Doesn't look like him.
If you didn't tell me who this was, the hint, I would have said, I don't know, some dude getting ready to spike the crap out of the ball. That's about it.
Tet McMillan, the volleyball player.
Yeah.
An article about him earlier this morning. Says that it's his favorite sport. That volleyball is his favorite sport, that it's helped his football game. And and his former coach says he should have been playing Division I volleyball.
Is there a lot of money to make in professional volleyball, especially male professional volleyball?
So I think he made a good decision.
Yeah, for sure.
I think he made a great decision. Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show. Nobody's taken Tet McMillan in any of their Shock Your Mocks recently, but we have had him before. By the way, we will have both the Shock Your Mocks presented by Everbank on Twitter later this afternoon. That was between Toriano Knows Ball and our own Daniel D. Griffis. And speaking of Daniel D. Griffis, he writes about Tet McMillan on his latest article on actionsportsjacks.com. This is Paint the Player. And an interesting one today. Tet McMillan.
Okay.
And he breaks it down. Among 260 FBS wide receivers.
It's a lot of them.
Second in yards.
Okay.
Tied for 146th out of the slot.
All right, not the best.
Tied for 141st run or yards after the catch.
Not the best.
Per reception. But contested catches, tied for 5th with 18.
I like that.
Avoided tackles, tied for 3rd with 29.
Okay.
So, I don't even, Travis Hunter is not on any of these, if I had to guess. Just from a simple reps perspective.
Sure.
I don't know about some of the others, like Egbuka, Luther Burden, Matthew Golden. would be shocked if he was on any of these as far as second, fifth, or third. Does this do anything for you? Some of these numbers, specifically the contested catch and avoided tackles.
That's a good question. I mean, listen, even though he's tied for what 146th in slot, that means so 21% Hamby was in the slot. Is that right?
He played 21% of his snaps from the slot.
So that's essentially, I mean, it's a little less than 1/4. Call it 1/5, I guess.
That's 1/5, yep.
I mean, that's a little intriguing because I figured a guy that big would always be on the outside. So honestly, like that's the first thing that sticks out to me because that's something I didn't really know, right? So that's a little surprising. The yards after catch scares me a little bit. But once again, like, what do those numbers mean? Like, was this guy doing a lot of deep balls? Was this guy kind of doing a lot of jump balls? Not necessarily getting a lot of balls in terms of bubble screens, things like that? Maybe. So maybe that's like where the 5.1 thing comes from. Avoided tackles, you like that?
I think a lot of his catches were either freaking in the end zone or on the boundary.
Sure. Yeah, so to me, I mean, the one thing that sticks out to me out of all these numbers is actually, and I get it, he's tied for whatever, 146, so it doesn't look that good. But having spent 1/5 of your route running out of the slot is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what do you think?
I think it's a weird one here because you would think with as many avoided tackles as he has, tied for third most, that his yak would be a lot higher.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're missing tackles, you should be towards the top.
Yeah.
I would think. So I don't know if he's missing tackles and just scoring right away. Missing tackles and then he's one step out of bounds. Missing tackles, but not the second defender is right there. But you would like for the first guy not to be able to get your elite receiver on the ground, and that's what he does.
Hamby, let me ask you this, because I'm not sure if it's fair or not, but there was a video from 2023, it would have been. So it would have been 2 years ago now, of Tet McMillan talking about how he approaches his craft and how he doesn't like watching film. Have you seen this?
I have.
Okay. Does that scare you at all? No. Is it more of a smokescreen, or does the fact that, once again, and this isn't just like a rumor, I mean, they brought back the video up or whatever from, I don't know if it was a podcast or whatever the case may be, but he's quoted saying, like, yeah, when it comes to watching film, like, I don't do it. I don't like watching film of myself. I don't, that stuff. Does that worry you?
Would I rather hear that he's a film junkie?
Obviously.
Yes.
However,
I'm not convinced that there's a lot of receivers point blank period that would come out and truthfully tell you that they like watching film.
It's true.
They do it. Do guys who are 5'10", 185 have to watch maybe a little bit more film? Yeah. Would you like to say, ideally, that everybody should be watching the same amount? Yes. But here's the thing where we can't expect at the same time that a guy who's going to be a rookie in the National Football League has got it all figured out. And if he's that way in college, he's going to be the exact same in the NFL. Guys change. Guys learn. Guys pick up habits. We hear all of the time in rookie years that they learned how to be a pro. It's the most overused but non-cliche phrase that we hear. Because you have to learn how to be a pro. The National Football League is completely different than the college game. In his conference, he dominated every single cornerback strictly based off of athleticism and size.
Okay. And I agree with all that, Hamby. You make some great points. But let me go ahead and play the devil's advocate now. If I'm an owner, if I'm a GM, and I'm going to spend first-round money on you, and I'm going to spend, we'll say, top 15 money on you. We're talking millions and millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of investment. It's a lot of resources going towards you. And you mean to tell me that the only time that you watch film is when you're with your team, and you've been on record saying that you don't watch film outside of team meetings, I get what you can do on the field, but that has to be a little red flag for me, Hamby. It has to be. It has to at least be in the conversation. Because it's one thing if you're a second or third round guy, like we're investing all this into you. And are you going to maximize your potential, or are you going to rely on your athleticism and God-given gift?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm taking a guy number 5, I'm taking a guy number 10, Hamby, I need both. I need a guy with God-given gift. I need a guy with God-given gifts and talent, and I need a guy who wants to master his craft.
Yeah.
And be great.
I get it. But man,
I mean, and listen, and once again, I'm playing devil's advocate, Hamby. Like,
I know it. Yeah.
I know plenty of guys that would watch 1 million hours of film that weren't that good. So like, I get it.
It's crazy. I always go back to Gronk, and he said he never watched a damn
I know,
film.
for sure. Some people are just blessed. And by the way, another Arizona guy too. What a coincidence, right? Maybe it's an Arizona thing.
Maybe it's
party school. Who knows?
Not as bad as Arizona State.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, like, are you willing to invest all that capital, all that money, all those resources on a guy who said that he doesn't watch film? I don't know.
I think that's one of those things that also just comes down to his meetings.
Sure.
I mean, that interview, it wasn't like that interview was a month or two ago. Maybe in preparation for the NFL draft, he said, hey, my last year in college, I'm going to figure out how to watch film. It's a possibility. We don't know. I just do think it is crazy how the Tet McMillan draft hype has changed. Because, again, when he had his pro day and he ran 4.48, or that's at least what everybody was putting out there on social media.
Yeah.
Around that time, even before then, he was right there in the middle of the conversation at 5. Right there. Because Travis Hunter, we didn't think was going to be an option. I'm saying we as the fan base, Jaguars fan base.
I got you.
The Jaguars fan base had concluded that Travis Hunter was not going to be there, that he and Abdul Carter were going to be the 2 out of the first 3 picks, that it was a lock, wasn't going to happen. So if you would have asked at one point during around the time of his pro day, the options were Mason Graham, Tet McMillan, or best available offensive lineman.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, it started, I feel like, when Pete Prisco said that he's going to be drafted, I think it was in the 26th or something, to the Chargers.
Yeah.
It was somewhere in the 20s. And everybody's like, oh my gosh, can't draft him at 5 now. Mm-hmm. And now more and more mocks have him in that 20 to 25 range. And I think you'd be hard-pressed to find anybody who thinks the Jaguars will take him at 5. And I just say that to say, again, that narratives shift all the time in the 3 months leading up to the draft. There's no reason, there's not a single thing that you could point to as a good reason why Tet McMillan is no longer in the conversation at 5. He's just not, because of narratives that pop up and that some that go away.
Well, and here's the thing about narratives, right? And it's the draft. We talk about this a lot. There's a lot of smoke screens, right? Teams want to play games. Sometimes there's truth to said narrative. Sometimes it's overblown and we shouldn't even give it a second thought. I think with what's transpired with Tet McMillan, and maybe this is more of just me being by what I read, what the consensus is. But I think if you take, and I want to see if you agree with me here, Hamby. Like, take Travis Hunter, okay, and assume they play as wide receiver. Take, the cat from Missouri, Burton, the third. Take
Trey Harris.
Take the cat from Ohio State, Egbuka. Mm-hmm. Take Golden. And I'm trying to think of anybody else. Yeah, we'll just say those. Yeah, those are like your top tier ish.
Yep,
dudes. Is there any more out of that group that I just named that is a boom or bust more than Tet McMillan? Where I feel like this guy could be an all-pro one day, or this guy just might crash and burn. Like, I don't know why I get that sense, That's kind of how I feel about it.
I think Matthew Golden is more of a boomer bust.
Just because of the speed and how he was.
Yeah,
that's
limited
fair.
production. Limited production at Texas. He had Sark drawing up. I think Sark is a mastermind offensively. Is phenomenal at getting his best playmakers the ball in space and everything like that. That's not necessarily guaranteed at the NFL. So I think Matthew Golden. I think Egbuka is probably the most sure thing.
I think he's the safest, yeah.
I think Luther Burden is safe. I think his ceiling could be a tad limited.
See, I think Burden's the one where if he goes to the right spot, he'll be fine.
And I think
if they know how to use him.
I agree. And I think Trey Harris has a decently safe floor and a pretty high ceiling.
Okay.
But of the 5,
you think Golden more than
Golden is the most boomer bust. Tet has the highest ceiling. He has the highest ceiling.
Sure. But I think he can have one of the lowest floors though too. Hamby.
Of the 5, he has one of the lowest.
But you go Golden. See, but see, I think I give the advantage though with the floor to Tet just because like he's probably gonna go a lot higher than Golden is. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know either.
We'll see how it shakes out.
Right. I think around the same spot is what I've seen.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
That's really just going to be dependent on the individual team because they're two completely different players. So if a team needs receivers, do you need the big body go up and get it, or do you need the shifty fast guy?
Yeah. I don't know, man. It'll be one to watch for sure. We got to take one more quick break, Hammy, before
we're actually going to wait.
We're just going to blow through it.
We're going to wait till 55.
We're just going to blow right through it.
We do it for the people.
Do it for the people.
We're not really a big fan of commercials.
No, we're not, man.
We take care of them.
Yeah. I mean,
we get them in.
We keep the lights on.
Right.
Just hopefully they can stay on long enough.
That's right.
All right.
I want to show you this.
What do you got?
Okay. You know, to be able to stick it out, okay, when the team that you follow, the team that you're on, is not playing well.
Is this another Atlanta Braves State of the Union address?
No, sir.
Okay.
Is a difficult thing. Okay.
It's not the Atlanta Braves?
Not the Atlanta Braves.
It's difficult.
I'm not talking about the Atlanta Braves. We got a good win over the Phillies last night.
Oh, my bad. Congratulations. All right. Keep going. Sorry.
And we beat Zach Wheeler.
Oh, impressive.
Sean Murphy, first game back in his first AB, second pitch he's seen all season. It took Zach Wheeler deep for a 3-run pump.
Thanks for playing.
Thank you. So the only when you're on a losing streak, okay, really one of the only things
here comes unhinged Hamby
that you can take as an encouragement is when you're playing somebody who has a worse losing streak than you do.
Sure. I know that's a good one.
And when you play them in a doubleheader,
sometimes the stars align, Hamby.
Records are meant to be broken.
Sometimes the stars align.
No, I'm not talking about the Atlanta Braves. I'm talking about Yeshiva.
Oh, yeah.
And another school. I don't know the name. They're LC. Here's what we got.
You're watching the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 Network. Now it's time for the Brent and Austen Show.
Here it is.
Nice.
We have a 42-game losing streak and a 100-game losing streak. And the best part, they played in a doubleheader.
That's insane.
Guaranteeing, well, at least the fact that they played at all means at least one of the records was going to be broken.
Can't end in a tie.
And then the fact that they played in a doubleheader gave us a shot for both to be broken, and that is indeed what happened. I don't know which team won the first game or the second. All I know is both teams got at least one dub in the 2-game slate. These are the longest active losing streaks in college baseball, and they have come to an end.
Hey, Hamby, assuming that top picture is one of their fields, yeah? Like that's actually
I'm about to show you a video here.
Oh, please. Because I have some thoughts.
Okay. What are you expecting?
For the field?
Nope. For the quality of play. This is college baseball.
Well, hey, I mean, I'm expecting like you got to be able to do something. You're a college baseball player. I don't care what division it is. I mean, I had some friends that played D3 baseball, and they were hell of players. So, pretty good.
Watch this throw here. We're not. Yeah.
Nice.
What? Hey.
Yeah.
I know why you've lost 42
Back.
in a row.
What's wrong with the throw, Hamby? That's a Tommy Namsky fundamental throw. What do you want from him?
That's not fundamental right there, bub.
What did he do wrong?
I mean, the back foot is on the ground the entire time.
Hamby, would you
We're not
get
making a
off
lane.
it?
We're not saying, hey, inside. We're not saying outside. We're just lollipopping that baby over, hoping it doesn't hit the runner because our losing streak isn't bad enough. We haven't learned.
Hey, Hamby, lollipops are sweet. And you know what's sweet? Winning. And they won the game because of that throw.
Threw it 38 miles an hour.
Doesn't matter. They won.
He threw a BP fastball over there.
Here's my thing. Go back to the field quick if you can, please. Here's my big thing. Here's what we got to talk about. Here's what I got to keep on setting up Hamby to bring the picture back up. So I'm trying to say, there we go. Well, the video too, whatever. This is fine. I mean, as somebody who grew up in the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin, like this looks like a pretty damn good field. It looks well manicured, right? It looks like there's time, effort, and love into it. Yeah, that looks like a pretty good field. Now, crowd probably limited, right? Yep. Maybe parents don't even want to show up to these losers, and that's fine.
They should have showed up in droves for this one, though.
That's a good point.
I mean, this is their first win in 3 years.
Here's my point, though, Hamby, and here's what I got to say. That field looks nice. And you know what? It costs money to make a field look that nice. If I'm an athletic director, and I'm looking at, the records of my teams and everything, and I see, oh, okay, cool. Our baseball team hasn't won in 100 games. Guess who's getting shut down?
The baseball team.
Guess who's getting shut down and getting replaced with esports?
It's in the game.
It's in the game. Baseball. See ya. Thanks for playing. Change it. You done.
Did the coach get fired? Did we have
I don't care. Hey,
did we have a coaching change at any point?
Hey, at how many games, if you're the athletic director, I don't know, 60, 70, 80, or do you wait for the century mark of 100? Do you go, you know what? We got money going to this program for the baseball team? Maybe not.
Do you know how hard
maybe
it
we
is?
Start esports.
Do you know how hard it is to lose 100 straight in baseball?
No, I don't. Because I can't fathom it.
I would assume it's. I would cop that many losses.
Are they in the SEC or something that we're not seeing? Like, is this like some kind of stipulation where they went to the SEC this year, the past couple of years? Like, who are they playing against?
Austin, the school is called Yeshiva.
It's a cool name.
Okay, not gonna be playing.
Sounds like a
SEC
Star Wars
team.
character. Sounds like a Star Wars character villain, a female villain.
Did you see the field?
Yeshiva. Okay. The field wasn't that bad.
That reminds me of Shiva Kamenisoka, the Shiva Trophy in the league.
The league. I actually know what you're talking about. I didn't watch the show too much, but I know what you're referring to.
Unbelievable show.
Nicely. Yeah, it's all right.
Yeshiva is located in New York City's Washington Heights neighborhood in Upper Manhattan. It has a strong Jewish studies curriculum.
Okay.
Okay, so that makes Yeshiva right. Okay.
Oh, the name. Okay, gotcha. Yep.
$34,000 a year. So that's why the baseball program is probably still being funded.
It's not a scholarship school, correct?
I don't know.
I hope not. Imagine having to give scholarships to athletes that have lost 100 games in a row.
Okay.
At what point do we bring in esports and just say we're done with baseball? I'm serious.
Lehman College.
Lehman College is not even a real thing, but go ahead.
That's in the Bronx.
Okay. I stand corrected and I apologize to them.
Why haven't you played before in 3 years? We got the Bronx versus Manhattan. We have two small private schools. Play each other more.
Sure. Why not?
Y'all should be playing half of your games against each other. You're the only equal opponent on the schedule.
Yeah. Listen, I was on some pretty, how do I put it nicely? Underwhelming Murray State teams, may have won 2 games one year, may have won 4 games another year. I think one year we eclipsed the 5-win mark, and that was a time for celebration. And Jacksonville, had a 2-win season.
Yep.
I think we might have had like a 5-win season. My rookie year, we did win 8 games. We eclipsed the 8-game win streak, or the 8-game win mark. So that was fun. But long story short, yeah, didn't have a lot of success in my college and NFL career in terms of wins and losses. I can't imagine, especially with baseball too, where it's obviously a lot more games every season. I mean, if we're talking about losing 30 in a row, that's one thing. But having to be a part of a team that lost 100 games in a row, I don't care like what the school's like. I'm transferring, or I'm not going to play the game anymore. Like, dude, I'm not going to be a part of a team that lost 100 games in a row. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Imagine the freshmen. Because I guess we're probably...
What's the recruiting pitch like? Well, hey,
Austin,
you can be the kid that breaks the streak.
Yeah, because we're probably, 25 games into the schedule at this point in college baseball? I don't know where they're at.
Hey, man, I follow a lot of sports. College baseball ain't one of them.
Which means they were at 75 before the season started.
Yeah.
So the freshmen on their team signed the dotted line knowing that the school they were going to was on a 75-game losing streak.
Mm-hmm.
How does anybody do it? Has to be your only option. By looking at that catcher's throw, that was his only option.
Leave the catcher alone.
Sorry. That was his only option to play a continuous baseball career.
All right. I'm surprised that's not getting more traction because I didn't hear about this story till Brent shared it
posted it
last night at 12:30 at night. Huh?
SportsCenter posted it.
Nice.
So,
all right.
It's getting out there.
Cool. Hamby, anything else for us before we wrap up the show here? Got about 8 minutes.
I do have one more thing. I don't think we can hit it in 8. I don't know if we can get to it in 8 minutes.
We can get to it in 8 minutes. We got it. Come on now.
The NFL talking about getting rid of divisions.
Yeah, this is interesting.
This is the Lions' proposal. This is specifically for playoffs.
This is going to be one of those Austen Lane 30-minute TED Talks, but let's try to condense it if we can. Yeah.
Okay, so the Lions proposed that specifically for the playoffs, the seeding goes by winning percentage and your record.
Correct.
That just because you won your division, if you go 9-8, you're not the 4 seed automatically. You would be maybe the 6 or 7. Last year, for instance, the Rams going 9-8 and winning their division. If this proposal would have been in effect, they would have been the 7. Okay?
Correct.
I mean,
it really screwed over the NFC North last year.
Right.
That's what it was. Yes.
Yes. Goodell seems like he's slightly enthusiastic about it.
Okay.
They did not vote it down. They tabled it and said, we're going to talk about this, the owners, that is. We're going to talk about this again in May at our next owners meeting. They might change the language and amend the rule to make it this.
Mm-hmm.
If you win the division, that doesn't impact your seeding. You still see whatever your win-loss record is.
Mm-hmm.
However, it does guarantee you a home game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a compromise.
Yeah.
So, for example, the Rams go 9-8. They're the 7 seed, but they still get to host a home game.
If their opponent's record is worse. Or no. No, it's
regardless, because they won the division.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
So you get the home, but you sacrifice being the better seed.
Yeah.
So your matchup would change.
Gotcha.
Team.
So here's how it should be, in my opinion. Because if you look at the NHL, Hamby, I know you don't know the NHL, and that's fine.
Nope.
You know there's 2 conferences, yeah?
Yep.
Guess what they are?
East and West.
Nailed it. You know there's some divisions too as well, right?
Yep.
You know what the divisions are?
North and South.
Nope, not even close, right? Not even close. Tried it and missed it by so much, and that's fine. But this is my point. No one's really aware of the Atlantic Division and the Metropolitan Division and maybe the Central Division and the Pacific Division.
Is there a Canada Division?
There's not a Canada Division.
Okay.
That would more likely to fall more in the Pacific Division, I feel like.
Okay.
Shout out to Calgary and Edmonton and Ottawa? I don't know, it might be on the other side. I don't know, man. I don't know my geography. Hamby, we're getting off track. My point, though, is that there shouldn't be so much stake of the division as there is much more stake in terms of your record. So if I'm the Green Bay Packers or if I'm the Minnesota Vikings and I have an 11 or 12 win season and I'm one of the best teams in the NFC, Why am I getting penalized for being one of the best teams in the NFC and having to go travel for a playoff game? That's not how it should be.
You didn't win your division.
Well, here we go. So here's what it should come down to. They should do the seedings based off the best records and not winning your division.
Okay.
Because some divisions are worse than others. AFC South, sorry. We aren't the NFC North. Simple as that. Okay? We got the Houston Texans and then the Jacksonville Jaguars, and then there's, some sleepers. That's it. So why you don't just say, hey, let's put the best records in order, let's give them the home matchups, and then work accordingly from there is beyond me. Oh, but wait, what happens if there's a tie? Well, then here's the beauty of it.
Well, what happens? Is there no
Say
reward?
it.
Is there
For
no
what?
reward for winning the division?
Hey, do you know what your reward is for winning the division? Congratulations, you're going to the playoffs. Congratulations. You did it. I'm not saying don't include the. I mean, if you win the division, you're going to the playoffs. Cool. But it doesn't give you the right, if you have a losing record, you still win your division, that you get to host a home game. So my proposal, Roger, hopefully you're listening, is that He's not. But maybe Brent can, clip it, post it, TBD it, and send it to Roger Goodell and say this. If you win a division, yes, you're going to the playoffs. But the seeding needs to be done by record and not by winning your division.
So no.
And go ahead.
We're not even compromising with the home games thing.
No.
Okay.
And listen, if there's a tie between two teams who have the same record, if one of those teams has won a division, then they get the advantage.
Okay.
Boom. Any more questions?
What about the olds?
What do you mean the olds?
The olds are not going to let.
The olds aren't going to let. Hey, you think I really care what the olds think? Hey, Hamby, do you really think I care what the olds think? Do you think I really care about the olds throwing a fit over John Morant, throwing a fake grenade in the crowd? You think I really care about the olds saying, well, what's happening to our game of football? No. The olds can sit on it as far as I'm concerned. I don't care.
Okay. Then what happens if...
by the way, you say olds, it's actually you, and you're the youngest guy here, but you have an issue with it, but go ahead.
Okay, so what if that leads to we're not going to play everybody in our division twice now every year? Because why would we?
What are you talking about?
Doesn't matter who wins your division. Why would you play the Texans twice, the Colts twice, and the Titans twice?
What do you mean, why would you play them twice? Because they're in your division. Like, that's the alignment. That's the way it's always been.
Well, I mean, this kind of decreases the importance of the division.
No, it does not decrease the importance of the division because the division winner is going to go to the playoffs. How is that any less important? You have to win the division to enter yourself in the playoffs. And maybe you get a wild card berth and more power to you. But you still got to beat your divisional opponents to go to the playoffs.
Okay.
Anything else, Hamby? Or did I just come up with a great idea? Yep, that's fine. I'll take I will send you my address after the show where you can send me my flowers. I appreciate you. Well, unless you have any other gripes.
No, I think I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
Did I just have a good proposal?
Yeah.
All right, then. Roger, get back to me. All right, with that sound play, I think it means we're almost out of time here. For Brent Martineau in Augusta, will he be here tomorrow or ZTBD?
We will hear from him at some point.
Do we know what time?
Nope.
TBD?
TBD.
All right. For now.
We got Liam Cohen talking about 20 minutes.
Okay.
Followed by Trevor Lawrence.
Yep.
Followed by Foye Lewican.
Okay.
You should stay tuned for that on Action Sports Jacks on social media and on Action Sports Jacks tonight at 10 and 11.
Okay.
And we'll be playing that for you as well tomorrow morning on the Brent Austin Show.
Sounds great. For Jason Hamby pushing all the right buttons, I'm Austen Lane. Stay casual. Stay safe. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow. TBD. Peace.
When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at nimnickbuickgmc.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnicht has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness. The most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnicht. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnicht. GMC. We are professional grade.
I'm Action Sports Jack Stuart Weber. Join me and the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation for Jacksonville Takes Steps at Memorial Park on April 12th. This event is dedicated to finding cures and raising awareness for digestive diseases. Register now at actionnewsjax.com.
The Jacksonville Sharks are your champions.
I've been telling you about CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing for a long time now. Their drinking water systems remove up to 99% of contaminants.
We've had a Connecticut water softener and drinking water system in our home for more than 7 years. You can see the difference whether you're washing clothes, the dishes, or what I like to do most, fill this up for some coffee every morning, and mostly all day. Remember, if you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter.
Right now, you can get a free Connecticut reverse osmosis system with a purchase of a Connecticut Premier Softener. The experts at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing will test your water for free and determine your water score. Don't know your water score? CGC will find out and recommend the appropriate Connecticut water treatment solutions so you can improve it. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. Ask about our 90-day love it or leave it guarantee. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
It's been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3.